they are wrecking. Just like that. Oh, a humongous impact. Just like that, we have ourselves some drama on hand.
Things are heating up.
Got forward for the lead.
I think Roger got it. I think Roger got the win.
Is in the air. He is Dogecoin to the moon.
And that's the kind of racing you get in ThunderClap. Coming to you live from the virtual Five Flags Speedway, it's the Lightning Before the Thunder pre-race show. A half mile of haybanks and hard-hitting action awaits a talented group of short-track heroes. An abrasive surface meets abrasive attitudes. Can these drivers save tires or save face when things go wrong? Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Bo Condon alongside Justin Clapper, our lead commissioner and in-race reporter as practice is well underway here in Pensacola, Florida. It's the Five Flags 5 Sponsors 275. Tonight is a special night as we broadcast across multiple platforms for the first time, which is very exciting for all of us here. Tonight you can catch us on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. And we welcome all of you who have been watching all season, as well as all of our new viewers, to the ThunderClap Stock Car Invitational. Tonight, we are campaigning to bring in new sponsorship for 5 upcoming events before our playoff push. We've had amazing support all season from our premier sponsors like Kubia's Tackle, TLC Incorporated, Das Beer Hall, and Team JCR, as well as support from RL Productions, Lake Norman Edits, Bob's Equipment Repair, 860 Motorsports, and so many other great companies and organizations. As we roll towards the playoffs, we hope to partner with new companies as we continue to grow this league and support local businesses up and down the East Coast and beyond. Our goal tonight is to attract 5 new sponsors for 5 unsponsored events, and we encourage everyone to act fast because this season is filling up with about half of the remaining events already with title and premier sponsorships. Before we check into practice, let's take a look at what you support when you become a sponsor of the ThunderClap Stock Car Invitational. The prize money for our drivers, 70 to 90% of sponsorship dollars are devoted to the winner of each week's race, depending on format and series, guaranteeing a palatable pot for our drivers. Our weekly race control. This provides us the ability to observe and enforce the rules of the ThunderClap series, as well as confirm positions, points, and winners each and every week. And your local community. We commit ourselves each broadcast to promote your organization, its story, and most importantly, its people. Doing so shines light on the local heroes and businesses and further expands the ThunderClap Nation. And what you'll receive as a ThunderClap title sponsor. Thousands of eyes. With hundreds of weekly viewers each and every week, your company or organization will be placed in front of hundreds of potential customers or supporters. Constant scripted promotion. Much like the pitch I'm doing now, we'll promote your company or organization throughout race week and during the broadcast with professional scripted promos and professional advertising content. If you commit to being a premier sponsor, you'll receive in your sponsor package 15 to 30-second video ads to promote your business or organization that will remain a part of our commercial blocks all season long. With that, we're going to start this Lightning Before the Thunder pre-race show, and I'm going to welcome in our commissioner and in-race reporter, Justin Clapper. Justin, practice is well underway. We got 23 minutes left in practice. What does it feel like out there?
Well, Bo, first off, thank you to all of our supporters to get us to the point we are at right now. We could not have done this without you. And look at us, Bo. I just went ahead and checked, and we are live on YouTube, live on Twitch, and live on Facebook at the same time. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. 3 of the top 3 major streaming platforms you can catch the ThunderClap Stock Car Invitational. And here we are at Five Flags Speedway for the first time in the Xfinity cars with one of the biggest turnouts we have had so far this season. Many, many newcomers, many regular faces, as you see last week's winner leading the board right now in practice. Jake Waltman says that he is on a mission to bring himself to the top 20 in points and win enough races to bring himself into the playoffs. We return of Ray Fataruso sitting second, Spencer Taylor and Nathan Estep newcomers, with regular Ryan Zunk rounding out your top 5. It is an exciting racetrack, and the conditions are going to change. A little bit tight condition early on in practice, slowly starting to loosen up. Very, very tricky on the throttle. But I am telling you what, I am looking forward to getting out there and wheeling this champion tire and wheel Chevrolet Camaro and the 63 machine. Not so fast really in practice, but look for it to be there in the end, unlike it's been, unfortunately, in weeks past. We're going to try to keep all 4 fenders on this thing and keep it clean. And, Bo, I don't know about you, but I am jacked up and I am excited. And there is lightning running through my veins, and that is full pun intended.
Well, I'm so excited as well, sir. I mean, we've been waiting a long time to get onto these multiple streaming platforms. We're basically a little bit past the midpoint season here in the ThunderClap Stock Car Invitational, and it has been an absolute blast. You saw in our opening some of the premier moments of our season, and it's only going to continue to get better from here as we are inviting so many new drivers into this event as just so much talent that I have to just throw away my book here, because you guys have just put about 15 plus new drivers that I don't have any paperwork on. And I think the big part here is, as you see Jake Waltman unfortunately lost his way there a little bit, hit the wall really hard. But you get that nice little reset in practice. But, I mean, even the other drivers out there are seeing all these new drivers, and they don't have any notebooks on them. That's going to create an issue for a lot of these drivers, I think.
Absolutely, Bo. And a lot of these guys, even us admins, don't have that big of a notebook on. We have anywhere from Legends drivers to late model drivers, crew members, crew chiefs, all the above. We are all here and in attendance as our point leader, Roger Debo, just now joining this practice session, has connected with the lobby. So we'll be curious to see what kind of lap times he can lay down in this practice session. But I tell you what, Bo, I am out here right now, and lap times that were sitting you in a top 7 to top 5 position last night in our practice session has me at a P19 position right now. So speed's incredibly high and incredibly low in lap time's sake, but incredibly fast. And I tell you what, look forward to a mayhem of a race early on, but I promise you, the side-by-side racing you're going to get tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the best in any ThunderClap race so far.
I'm excited to see it. Right now, we've got Spencer Taylor as number 1 in speeds right now in practice, and I got no paperwork on Spencer Taylor. Clearly, he's fast. This is going to be an issue consistently for you guys because, like you said, in the practice sessions you're running those speeds that were top of the board, and now they're just getting pummeled. I mean, it is going to be an exciting event with all new players we haven't seen all season, and I'm excited to get it going. But you brought up something that was actually one of my pre-race show questions. You brought up the fact that we have Legends guys in here, we have super late model guys in here, late models, open wheel, blah, 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 blah. All types of real-life racers that are, I would call them Saturday night short trackers. What do you see happening tonight? Is it going to be those Saturday night short trackers, or is it going to be the I-rated I-racers getting the advantage tonight, as you lose it a little bit there?
I think it's going to be a mixed bag tonight. I mean, you look at a guy like Roger Diebold, a man that works in the racing industry, works for 860 Motorsports, as well as a tire changer in the Camping Truck Series and Xfinity Series, but a guy who doesn't actually race these things in real life, unlike some of these others, but is a point leader. So you got guys with a lot of iRacing talent that you're going to see up there and running up front. And then you got drivers like Tyler Truex, Ryan Truex, the usuals up front. But a guy like Jake Waltman comes in here, Legends car driver, last week, takes the W and is now sending P2. Spencer Taylor, driver I'm not too familiar with myself. To give a background, we will have to go ahead and maybe get him in for an interview throughout the race if we can find him in a channel, maybe get a little more information on this gentleman, as he is fastest right now at a 17.085. Very, very impressive lap time. Be very curious to see if Kyle Sisko joins tonight's session. He laid down a quick time of a 16.9 in last night's session. So it'll be really interesting to see if that kind of speed can be shown in qualifying, as we're just about a tenth off from that lap time right now at the top of the board in this practice session. And be really curious to see how long runs will go. I don't think you're going to need that speed to be the one to make it to the end here. I think that's going to be the key point, is making it. Finish first, you must first finish.
Yeah, and we're seeing a lot of guys out there that are pushing it to the edge, unfortunately, just trying to see just how quick of a lap they can put down and how loose they can get off the corner. We saw Patrick Langley, unfortunately, get involved with an incident there. I'll tell you who actually, we should shout out Patrick Langley really quickly. He was a brand newcomer last week, did his first race in the series, was really strong all day long, but enjoyed what he saw so much, he has decided to sponsor our Bristol Dirt Race. So we thank Patrick Langley for the support and for really supporting these drivers. He'll be able to run that race. He could win some of his own money. Wouldn't that be nice? That would be a first here. But we thank him for coming on board, because, again, our goal tonight is to attract 5 new sponsors for 5 unsponsored events. We've had amazing support all year round from local companies in the Jersey area, the DMV area, all the way down to North Carolina and straight down to Florida. So much support from so many industries as we continue to grow this league. And we want you all to know that are watching, this is not just an opportunity to watch some talented sim racing. This is an opportunity to get your business and your organization seen by other viewers and potential clients and supporters of your own organization. So something to certainly think about, and something that we'll talk about a little bit more throughout the day, as Jake Waltman is trying to make the track bigger, I think. He's hit the wall so many times, even though he's still second fastest on the board. I really think that he's trying to turn this half mile into like a 3/4 mile.
Absolutely. And also a shout out to Team JCR, hopping on big time as a sponsor of our 2 of our 3 next intermediate events after North Wilkesboro, the Texas and Charlotte. So we want to thank Team JCR for returning once again for that sponsorship.
Absolutely. Team JCR is another great supporter. They sponsored our Martinsville event, which was a hell of an event. They also sponsored our Cash or Crash race. That was very exciting, with a big payout that was at iRacing Super Speedway. That was a lot of fun to watch. And I think it's going to be a little bit of Cash or Crash here tonight, or just Crash or Crash, because a lot of these guys came here with anger from last week when we were at the South Boston Speedway. And I think tonight's, gosh, I'm going to be honest, Justin, I can't follow a camera without somebody losing it tonight. They're all over the place in this practice session.
Yeah, the track is definitely getting looser for sure.
Well, somebody that we're seeing come on the track now, bad news for everybody else, is that number 40 of Ryan Truex. We all know that he is really the guy to beat in this league right now. He has the fastest car week in and week out. And, you know, we saw how competitive he was at South Boston. But is this also another track with this many new drivers? Is this somewhere else where he can continue that dominance? Right now, he's not on the board yet. We'll have to see what kind of lap he pushes down. Actually right on the tail of a newcomer. Everyone will have to bear with me tonight with all these new names. I need to just change all my sheets. I'm taking as many notes as I can. I see there's the number 36 there, and that is Spencer Taylor, the fastest car. So this is actually something interesting to watch. See if Ryan Truex can lay some groundwork on Spencer Taylor, as he used to be inside now of Michael Grant in the 904 Mustang car. So far, it looks like Ryan Truex is just trying to get acclimated to the track. And for the moment, Spencer Taylor is pulling away here in this practice session. What is your distance between these two? Trying to get there to him. sure he's looked at the board. Looks like he's going to see if he can make some adjustments and pull in. And while he pulls in, hey, Justin, you still with me, sir?
Yes, sir, Bo. I'm just out here turning some last-minute practice session laps before our meeting at 8:20.
Yeah, with 13 minutes left in this practice session, I think it's time we show the viewers, new and old, our favorite segment. Y'all can have this league.
Let's have at it, shall we?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are new, this is Y'all Can Have This League, one of our favorite segments week in and week out. And all these clips are from last week's event. This first one, Patrick Langley leading the race in dominating fashion at that point, loses it when he feels the pressure from Drake Waltman. And, I mean, there's no contact whatsoever. Unfortunately, the dominant performance went out the window there with his entire race, and he was never able to rebound. He was saying...
Kyle Busch, hitting that wall does not make you go faster.
Correct. Yep. I'm sure Patrick Langley was saying y'all can have this league just like all these other guys that were involved in that accident. Justin, what'd they say?
Y'all can have this league.
Our second clip here, both of these next clips actually are at the end of the race. The checkered flag has been taken, but them Truex boys had a bit of a battle going on. That is Ryan Truex and Tyler Truex getting into it after the race is over. Ryan none too happy with Tyler getting under him there at the end and gave him the good old boot. That's going to be awkward at Thanksgiving, don't you think?
Yeah, little family rivalry there. I'm not sure it's friendly, though.
Yeah, I'm sure that both of them will be saying if they get into trouble tonight, y'all can have this league. And this last one, I'm going to just need everybody to be quiet.
Are you ready? Round 1. Fight!
This was at the end of the event. Bobby Grant and Tyler Truex fighting it out after the checkered flag. I know for a fact those guys were saying y'all can have this league at the end of that one.
Absolutely, and glad that those two were able to actually meet this past weekend in Pocono and kind of hash things out in person. It's kind of one of the cool things about the ThunderClap Stock Car Invitational is that we are real people, ladies and gentlemen. I know we're racing virtually, but there's a real human controlling that wheel, so tempers definitely get flared, and it is definitely cool to see guys meeting, hugging, taking selfies together, and posting on our social media page. So anybody that meets through our league, if you're out there and you guys end up meeting up, go ahead and post it on our Facebook page, share it in our comments. We love seeing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody that wants to throw a comment, throw a question out to our broadcast, feel free. I will answer them live. And if they are to a driver specifically, I will try and track down that driver and send them your message or send them your question. We've had enough.
All right, Bo, well, I don't mean to cut you short, my man, but I'm going to head out and give these drivers a quick race debrief and drivers meeting, and I will catch you in just a few minutes, my man.
Yes, sir. Enjoy the race control. I'll talk to you soon. And as he jumps into race control, ladies and gentlemen, we will take our first commercial break of the evening. We've got 10 minutes left in this practice session. They're going to do this race control meeting and then go straight into their qualifying rounds here. They're going to get a couple laps down before qualifying if they can, try and see if they can get some Q speed out there. And then they'll go into their qualifying session, which will be time for us to have our opening ceremonies. But for now, we're going to take a quick commercial break for our premier sponsors.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. Now's the time to get your landscape lighting system tuned up for the summer months. You're going to have people over your house. You want to have your home, your back deck, your back patio, around your swimming pool, all your landscape lighting tuned up and ready. Give us a call here at the office, 410-721-2342. We'll be glad to get that scheduled for you.
It's 8 a.m. Your car's engine is already hot. Now it's time to look the part. At Paint Correction by Associated, we know that it's not enough to just offer the best products and services. You need the best customer experience in auto detailing. We test all of our products on our cars long before we trust them with your ride. We start with our best foot forward, a state-of-the-art water treatment system yielding the best results for our detailing products. A precise, meticulous, and caring service with unmatched results. The job's done right. Your car's not like new. It's so much more. Paint Correction by Associated. Call today to schedule your appointment. Cars aren't just our passion. They're our career.
Hey Dad, remember how I was gonna change the name? Well, I've been dreaming up something new. Take this great beer cooler and all this cold beer in it. Dad.
Keep those prices low, baby.
Low.
How's my friendly staff?
Groovy.
Toss me a dog.
Some dream, huh? Whoa!
Midway Liquors, Route 40 in Joppa.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen, for the Five Flags 5 Sponsors 275 here at Five Flags Speedway in Pensacola, Florida. Before we get back into the action, as the drivers' meeting is concluding currently, let's go ahead and take a look at why it's called the Five Flags 5 Sponsors event tonight. That is to bring in 5 brand new sponsors to the sport and to the ThunderClap Stock Car Invitational tonight, and hopefully for the remainder of this season we will get a bunch of new sponsors and a bunch of new organizations that were interested in becoming a part of the ThunderClap Nation. Now, what your sponsorship supports is our prize money. All of our prize money for our drivers, 70 to 90% of it at least, is sponsorship dollars are devoted to the winner of each week's race, depending on format and series, guaranteeing a palatable pot for our drivers. Our weekly race control is another important thing, as this provides us the ability to observe and enforce all of the rules of the ThunderClap series. And it supports your local community. We commit ourselves each broadcast to promote your organization, its story, and most importantly, its people. Doing so shines light on the local heroes and businesses and further expands the ThunderClap Nation. And what you receive as a ThunderClap title sponsor, thousands of eyeballs. With hundreds of weekly viewers each and every week, your company or organization will be placed in front of hundreds of potential customers or supporters. Constant scripted promotion, much like the pitch I'm doing right now, will promote your company or organization throughout race week and during the broadcast with professional scripted promos and professional advertising content. Premier sponsors receive a 15 to 30 second video ad that will remain a part of commercial blocks all season long once you become that premier sponsor. So that are just some of the perks when you become a title sponsor in the ThunderClap Stock Car Series, and we'll talk more about it as we go on. Packages to become a title sponsor in the ThunderClap Stock Car Invitational start at just $60, and we know that we've had plenty of sponsors support add much more than that. Talking about the Cash or Crash race earlier with Team JCR, that was a heavy pot for those drivers. Not necessarily something that everybody has to do every single race, but boy, when the money is there, these drivers go insane. So please think about us. If you're interested in sponsoring, contact us at thunderclapinvitational@gmail.com or write in the comments here right now, or go ahead and find us on Facebook. We have just about 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in practice now. Got a couple guys out there getting their qualifying laps. Nathan Estep, he's one of our new drivers tonight. In the 55, if you're a viewer of the ThunderClap Stock Car Invitational, you may be wondering, well, hey, that's David Burns' number. Well, David Burns is not running tonight, so it will be Nathan Estep in that 55 car with that nice square D paint scheme, very Bobby Hamilton throwback-esque. Good to see him there. And someone else that I am very excited to see back. He's not on track right now. Actually, he's pulling out on the track as we speak. Nathan Bryant. He has been gone from us for a couple weeks now, and he is in that Blue Lives Matter 49 Camaro, re-entering the track now to put down a Q lap and see what kind of speed he has as them Truexes get together. Ryan and Tyler just got together right now. Gotta wonder if that's going to boil over into the race as we're 90 seconds away from our qualifying session. But we'll rejoin Nathan Bryant, who has pulled back out onto the track and is getting after it. Right now, he is sitting 16th on the board with speed, so he's going to have to pick it up, but maybe he's thinking long run here. Not exactly worried about a Q session. And I think that's going to be important here because this is a heavy wear joint for sure. Looks like at the corner of my eye, I saw some more Truex blood going on here. There's a whole lot of Ryan Truex off in the back end of Tyler Truex.
Absolutely, and I do apologize for the lack of commentary alongside you there, Bo, but if you want to go ahead and check some of the private messages I've been sending you, I know you have a very, very cool feature tonight, and I think I've sent you something that might help you out with that. Something I'm really looking forward to seeing the final product once I get out of the 63 machine at the end of this race and go back and watch the replay and see how it shaked out because I'm really looking forward to it.
Yes, we will be debuting for the first time tonight, a treat for all you new viewers, the ThunderCam. So stay tuned to see that later this evening. I'm real excited to show it off. It is something that I worked on for quite a while. As you see, Tyler Truex getting more contact. They are beating that Lupa box around, I tell you. They're forgetting about the Lupas tonight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that does it for the practice session. What will happen now is they will go into Q and they will start their qualifying laps. Now, iRacing does not let us see their qualifying laps. It is a secret, I guess, according to iRacing. So we will have this scenic view for these 10 minutes, but we are going to continue talking. Justin, if you're still with me, I'd love to do our second favorite segment, Send It or Forget It.
Absolutely, Bo. We can go ahead and hammer down on that before I go ahead and make my qualifying laps at the conclusion of this session. So let's go ahead and fire away at me, my man.
Yep. So Send It or Forget It is a 3-question game that we play here, and you're going to hear a statement, and Clap and I are either going to send it or we're going to forget it. So our first Send It or Forget It for you, Clap. With this abrasive surface, tires will tame the tone of tonight's race. Send it or forget it.
I think absolutely send it. I think it's going to come down to, I don't think tires are going to win you the race, but I do agree that you will have to take tires to win the race. I think it's just going to be one of those deals where if one comes down, they're all going to follow. I think there's enough fall off here. Definitely if we get a late race caution and they have a set lane, I think it's something that you can see the leaders come down and take. But track position, that's the key. So I'm going to say, well, I might have to change my mind there and say forget it, actually.
I'm going to forget it, too. There is nothing that's going to tame these drivers tonight. I know what I saw last week at South Boston. I think it's going to get even wilder tonight. Your second Senator Forget It. Last week we had James Waltman winning his ThunderClap debut. This week, another first-time winner will take the W. Senator Forget It.
I'm going to go ahead and say send it. I mean, look at some of the guys that were running up front there. A couple of newcomers and names that we haven't even heard of. And I think there is a lot of drama carrying over from other leagues right now. And in the past weeks, we've had a lot of drama on the racetrack. I think that could carry over to some carnage there at the end. That one of these new guys, if they're smart enough to keep it safe and wanting to make it to the end, this could be their way to punch a ticket to victory lane.
I'm going to send it too. There's a lot of new names in here tonight, and somebody is going to end or continue the streak of no Ryan Truex dominance. Our final Senator Forget It before you head out for your Q lap. We had some significant drama last week, especially towards the later laps at South Boston. With that, payback is back tonight. Send it or forget it.
I think there's a lot of unfinished business amongst a few individuals. I know you're going to want to keep an eye on the 79 machine of Tony Burleson. A little bit of drama in the Alpha Street Stock League last night, Tyler Truex's league, that may carry over with a few drivers tonight. So look for a little bit of drama around the Fataruso, Burleson, Truex, Vielle, Wallman camp there. I know me and the 66 made a good bit of contact last night. So I think payback might be in store tonight. Hopefully we keep it clean, but I think you're going to see a lot of driving out the rearview mirror.
Oh, well, you know what? I think they're all going to just play nice, so I'm going to forget. No, are you silly? I'm going to send it. These guys are going to go buck wild. All those issues that you had last night, all the issues we had last week, and honestly, some of the issues that we saw in practice, there's drivers already heated. The sun is going down, but it is getting hotter here in Pensacola, Florida. Well, Justin, I'm going to go ahead and let you do your Q lap and get some speed out there on the track. We're going to get ready to go to opening ceremonies here in a bit. But first, I'm going to go ahead and show everybody what our current lineup is in this qualifying session. You've got Ray Fataruso sitting at the top of the board with Jake Waltman's, our winner last week, sitting there in second. Tyler Truex and Ryan Truex in row 2. Oh, never mind. Back it up. Spencer Taylor just jumps up to third. Bumps Ryan Truex all the way down to 5th. That might be the lowest I've seen him qualify in like 6 weeks. James Stanger, a former winner, back this week in the 6th position. Nathan Eastep, we were following him earlier in our pre-race show. Ryan Johnson, he's a newcomer. And Robert Walton in that 66 in 9th. Patrick Langley in 10th. That is someone I'm going to watch tonight because he was so dominant at South Boston and then ran into his own set of issues. I'm interested to see how he does later in this event. And we'll check our top 20 here of guys. Look at the difference between times. Not a lot here, as there's some serious speed. You've got 10th in between so many of these cars. Really, 11th to 17th is just a really 2-3 tenths. And we are going to have a stacked field tonight as 26 cars are qualifying at this point in time with still 2 more, actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to go. Is Justin White you see there? That is our race control, and we want to always shout out our race control. Thank you to Justin White. He is our voice of God, our eye in the sky, making sure that we follow all of the rules here at Five Flags Speedway for the Five Flags 5 sponsor event. We are going to take a quick commercial break, and then when we come right back, it will be time for opening ceremonies.
They are wrecking just like that. Oh, a humongous impact.
just like that, we have ourselves some drama on hand.
Things are heating up.
Got forward for the lead.
I think Roger got it. I think Roger got the win.
Is in the air. He is Dogecoin to the moon.
And that's the kind of racing you get in ThunderClap. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, for the Five Flags 5 Sponsors 275. We're going to send it trackside now for opening ceremonies and get our invocation.
Let's pray. Father, we love you. We thank you so much for how good you are to us. I thank you for the occasion that brings us here together today. Father, I pray first of all that you would comfort those who are affected by COVID-19, spiritually, physically, emotionally. I pray that you would heal those who are sick with the virus and that it would go away soon. Father, we thank you for those who are overseas or even here at home serving in our military. Thank you for their service. Father, I pray that you protect them and keep them safe. I thank you for the men and women of law enforcement. I pray that you'd protect them and keep them safe as well. And God, we do pray for our drivers here today. I pray that you would keep them safe as they compete. We thank you for the privilege of living in the greatest country in the world. Thank you for Old Glory and all that she represents. Long may she wave. And God, I pray that you would please bless America. We thank you for all that you do. We ask these things in the name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome Capitol Records, Nashville's platinum-selling recording artist, Luke Bryan.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, thank you, Blake Shelton, for a stellar performance there. We're now going to send it to a very, very special command as they start gritting it up.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Das Beer Hall, home of the famous $5 liter crush.
Hey, everybody. I'm Roger Diebel, the owner of Lake Norman Edits.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Jordan DeRossi.
Hi, I'm Doug Newkirk, owner of D&M Tags.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. Now's the time to crank up them engines.
Start your engine!
Start your engines.
Driver, start your engines. Come on.
Start your engines!
Start your engines!
Start your engines.
Drivers, start your engines.
Well, hell yes, I am pumped up. Those were all of our premier sponsors and title sponsors throughout the season already, giving us the command to fire engines. And we will show you the grid now as these drivers are getting ready for the Five Flags 5 Sponsors 275. Starting on the pole, Ray Fataruso in that blue deuce, alongside last week's winner, Jake Waltman in the 6. Starting row 3, Spencer Taylor's fastest in practice for a while. A next side to Tyler Truex in that 69 Taco Bell machine. Ryan Truex, one of our guys to watch as always, alongside a former winner, James Stanger in the 15. Row 4, you'll see Nathan Estep in that 55 alongside Ryan Johnson. This row completely. All newcomers here tonight in the ThunderClap series. Robert Walton in the 66 alongside Patrick Langley, who will be our Thundercam car tonight in row 5. Row 6, we've got Dakota Kemper and Doug Neal. Some fresh faces here in the ThunderClap Stock Car Invitational outside the top 10. Roger Diebold, our points leader, starting all the way back in row 7 along Ryan Zunk, one of our other full season competitors. Matt Garrett in the 32, shown speed a lot recently alongside Christopher Pendle in the 94. Row 9, you'll see Nathan Bryant returning alongside Stephen Lachinsky also returning. The Clap, our commissioner, starting in row 10 alongside Chase Leahy in the 34. Bobby Grant in the 14 alongside Dustin Stallings in row 11. And as the lights come off, ladies and gentlemen, we will go ahead and show you the rest of the grid, but it is just about time to get things rolling here in the ThunderClap Stock Car Invitational. Pace car is going to get ready to roll off here. And the green flag waves. Already you can see them side by side down the backstretch. Jake Waltman takes the lead from Ray Fataruso. Jake Waltman trying to pull away early just like he did last week where he dominated the first half of the race. You can see some contact in the back of the pack there. It may have been the 904 Bobby Grant. And there is an incident on track. You can see a bunch of cars involved. The 43 was involved in that one. A couple different guys. Caution early, only on lap number 3. Take a look and see if we can see exactly what happened. They were 4 wide in the turn, and that just does not work here. '23 Ryan Zunk made contact there. Take another look at it. The 43 makes contact, and then that'll do it. You just can't go 4 wide at a track like this, and that is going to require some damage to be fixed on a lot of these machines. Go ahead and rejoin our leaders. So what they'll do here, ladies and gentlemen, is they'll grid up and get everything sorted out. Race control is making sure that everybody is in the position that they're supposed to be, and then they'll send them right back out on the track. While we wait for them to grid up, we will take a quick commercial break from our title sponsors and be right back to the 5 Flags, 5 sponsors, 275.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC Custom Lawn Sprinklers. I want to wish everybody a safe race during the ThunderClap Stock Car Invitational. We provide custom automatic underground lawn sprinkler solutions to folks in Maryland, Northern Virginia, and the DC areas. Give us a call here at the office, 410-721-2342.
RL Productions Commercial Advertising. Promoting your success story. Affordable cross-platform strategies. Tailored to your ideal audience.
Green, green, green.
Serving Maryland.
And the green flag is out as we pull out a commercial break. Jake Waltman dives them into turn number 1. Spencer Taylor already up to second place, trying to clear the 2 of Ray Fataruso. And he will clear that 2 car. Whoa, but he gets hit in the rear. Spencer Taylor gets contact from the 2 of Ray Fataruso. And Ray gives him the, well, it looks like actually Ray backed off a little bit. I thought he gave him the old full slide job there. Spencer Taylor remains in second place. As they start to fan out now, we'll actually go back in the pack here. You see James Stanger alongside the 8 car of Ryan Johnson.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And we have another caution out on the speedway. Try and see exactly who made contact there. Oh, looks like we had 2 admins getting into it, as Brandon Cash and Kyle Newkirk may have had incidents here. Actually, it doesn't look like that is what caused the incident. Here we go. Now we're seeing it refresh. On these short tracks, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes my telemetry takes a couple minutes to think about itself. It looks like it may have been an incident with Tommy Allen Jr. and Brandon Cash. Oh, they just made contact there after the caution had already came out. Okay, these short tracks are evil on the telemetry. Looking on board now with the 79 of Tony Burleson. That was someone that Clap said to look for earlier in the pre-race show. It's the 79 Kubius tackle machine. Kubius Tackle has been a great sponsor for us throughout the season. We appreciate all their support and thank them for jumping on. I hope that Tony can get himself up there to the front. Sorry for the bit conversational hiatus there. I had to restart my 18.0 as I'm having all kinds of issues with this multi-stream. But we are still live and we are getting ready for that green flag. Take it away. Spencer Taylor and Jake Waltman, two of the fastest guys in practice, starting on the front row.
Green flag.
The green flag waves. Oh, Jake Waltman using Spencer Taylor up just a bit there. Kind of Paul Tracy-esque in the SRX series there. 69 of Tyler Truex trying to wiggle his way in there as well. And behind him, Ray Federuso has fallen all the way back to fourth. Now, someone I am glad to see up here in the top 5 is Patrick Langley in the 87. Gives us an opportunity for the first time ever live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, debuting the ThunderCam, presented by TLC Incorporated. As you can see now, this is a live feed, and the caution comes out to burst my bubble. Why wouldn't it? You know, that's just normal. But you can see we're looking live through Patrick Langley's stream here on Twitch. You can see that is his in-car as we follow his car around and slow down to pace speeds. But that is the ThunderCam, powered by TLC Incorporated, out of Baltimore, Maryland, specializing in irrigation, outdoor lighting, drainage solutions, and garage renovations. So back into race feed here, and we will see what happened there. Looks like an issue for Michael Grant, perhaps. Unsure why the telemetry is not letting me see cautions like it was earlier, but do everything I can to get a visual on these cautions here. Unable to see exactly what went down there. But we will be checking in with drivers here shortly to see exactly if they can tell us what may have happened during that incident. Roger Diebold, it is Bo Condon up here in the booth. Do you have me, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, our telemetry ain't letting us see what happened there. Did you have any type of visual on what that caution was?
No, it was behind me. I didn't see anything in the windshield.
Well, that's a good problem to have. What's it feel like out there on the track right now?
I like the feeling a lot better with a lot lower steering ratio and a lot more front brake. It helps out on the short run, but I did a bunch. I changed it up a little bit with a higher steering ratio and a lot lower brake bias, and trying to go for long run speed.
Well, hell, sir, you are moving your way up through the field ever so slightly. We look to see our points leader up there at the front. Get after it, son, and move someone out of the way if you have to, you know?
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy, I'll send you back into the admin chat.
Thank you.
That is Roger Diebold, our points leader and one of our in-race reporters. Someone we haven't talked about all broadcast, Platt. He's moved himself up to 14th after starting in the 19th position. See if he can't get that champion tire and wheel car up to the front. We'll rejoin our leaders here, Jake Waltman. He's had himself a pretty nice, consistent day so far, if you ask me. start a second, sitting in the first spot.
Green flag, green flag.
But he's got the 69 of Tyler Truex right there alongside of him. Can he keep him at bay? As they come down the front stretch side by side, Jake Waltman will lead that lap. Tyler Truex coming on strong. And Tyler Truex will clear Jake Waltman for the lead.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And unfortunately, another caution here. These guys are having a problem keeping things straight here in the back of the field. It's like an incident with Matt Garrett and Cole Gadjadoris. That was an older incident here. Now, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I'm having a glitch where the telemetry will not show me. This is the first here in ThunderClap Stock Car Invitational. Of course, it's when we stream on all 3 major platforms, but it will not show me what the incidents are to give you a consistent replay. Not sure why, but that is something that I will get to the bottom to while I'm chatting with all of you. With this big of a field, it is interesting to see how many guys usually that we would see up front have not made it there yet. Guys like James Stanger in the 15, still sitting there outside the top 10. We have a lot of fast guys so far. Roger Debo, in 16th. We're used to seeing him in the top 3, top 5. Tony Burleson, another one of those guys, got some nose damage. That cannot be helping that car's performance. Even at a short track, you don't want that kind of damage. So many new drivers to cover tonight. So many stories happening as we go through these short laps on this half mile. I tell you, we were worried about tire wear at the beginning in the pre-race show, but I'm not sure if we keep having this many caution laps, we'll have that much to worry about as far as tire wear is concerned. The green flag is out, and Jake Waltman fighting. Try and stay green against, I'm sorry. This telemetry is killing me tonight. Back it up. Start fresh. We are still under caution. Work through some of these issues on telemetry that have never played this before, but picked tonight to show its ugly face. Starting to feel with some of these short tracks, because we're doing something that NASCAR won't even do. We're bringing Xfinity Series cars to Five Flag Speedway. They're not even doing that in real life anymore. I think that causes issues here. I apologize for those technical difficulties. It's not something that we run into really ever.
Green, green, green.
But the green flag is out, and Jake Waltman runs away on the restart there. Oh, and Spencer gets a bit of contact from the back of Ray Fataruso. If you followed us all season long, you know Ray likes to bump him when he can. He's off the nose. You can see the damage that he put on Spencer Taylor's Toyota. I don't know, some people would call that a rub more than a bump. Ryan Truex trying to make his way up there, and he gets contact from Ray Fataruso. Ray Fataruso then gets spun.
Yellow flag is out.
Karma is a German Shepherd. We'll just say Karma's a German Shepherd. As Ray Fataruso gets spun after being contacted by just about everybody. We'll go ahead and bump it back and take a look at that. They barreled into the corner here. And you can see Ray Federuso all over the rear end of the 36 of Spencer Taylor. Then gets into Ryan Truex. Not a good idea. And the 8 gets into him, who gets hit by James Stanger, one of Ray Federuso's teammates. And they both make significant contact. And someone that did not need to get involved in that is the 23 of Ryan Zunk. You hate to see someone get involved in other people's problems. But the 23 of Ryan Zunk in that Duracell car, unfortunately, going to have some significant damage. And we'll have to check pit lane and see who is getting their stuff fixed. I would suggest I'm going to see a lot of guys, I think, come down pit road and get some of this damage addressed. As you see, Ryan Zunk pulls onto pit road right now. Great visual of pit lane. There he is. He's actually in his pit stall now. Ryan Johnson also in his pit stall getting some damage taken care of. Ryan Zunk gets 4 fresh tires though. So he'll have some speed with those freshies. Hopefully it's not too much damage that's going to take too long to fix. As you can see, Ryan Johnson still getting repairs done. And Ryan Zunk pulls off after 35 seconds on pit road. That is going to hurt his chances. And you can still see significant damage on that 23. So not the day that Ryan Zunk was hoping for. Started 14th, currently 29th. Not the points day he needed as we try and lock guys in to that top 10 for playoff spots. Up towards the front here as our telemetry figures itself out. Tyler Truex will be the command car. Actually, I'm sorry. No, it will be Tyler Truex. It looks like Ray Federuso, yes, having to get the wave around there after being involved in that incident. There have been some drama there that we'll have to check in with. But that'll be after the restart. And hey, Patrick Langley, the 87, starting P4. Let's go to the TLC Incorporated ThunderCam for this restart.
Green, green, green.
Green flag is out, and you can see Patrick Langley gets a decent jump, is going to get to the inside of Tyler Truex just for a moment, but now has Spencer Taylor working on his outside. Jake Waltman clears the 69 of Tyler Truex as they power down to complete the lap. Patrick Langley heavily in third place, but you can see the pressure that he's getting from behind from the 36 of Spencer Taylor.
Yellow flag is out.
And we have another caution out on the track. Just 46 laps completed in this event. And already we have seen 5 cautions. Hey, but we've had more lead changes, so that's good. But like we said in the pre-race show, this was going to be a beaten and banging slugfest, and we certainly have that. All of our caution updates are brought to you by RL Productions, LLC, out of Baltimore, Maryland. They are a premier video production agency specializing in commercial advertising and video marketing for your live or recorded events. And we, of course, thank all of our premier sponsors that are on board with us in the ThunderClap series. Thank you to TLC for that ThunderCam. It is a beautiful look. We will try and see exactly what happened here on that caution. Looks like Bobby Grant and Roger Diebold may have had an issue. Bobby Grant trying to make some headway, has not had good luck of late. Oh, looks like actually it was Nathan Bryant who had significant issues. We will fast forward a bit just so we can get a good look at what happened to Nathan Bryant. Outside of Robert Walton in the 66 with James Stanger, kind of holding him up. I know all that damage is not easy to drive around this place with. Looks like he's hanging in there at this point on the outside, which is really hard to do. And then it makes contact with Robert Walton of the 66. And that's how Bobby Grant got involved in that one. Unfortunate problems yet again for the Bobby Grant machine. He has not had the best of luck avoiding incidents throughout the season so far. Rejoin our leaders here. As they start getting lined up, we will go ahead and take a quick commercial break and then right back to the action of the 5 Flags, 5 Sponsors, 275. And once again, these short tracks beat me to the punch. The green flag is out. The 6 and the 69 battling up front. Jake Wallman and Tyler Truex. It's been that way for a while now. We've got just about 25 laps before the stage end. 75 laps will mark the end of stage number 1. Up along board the cockpit of the 69 of Tyler Truex. You see, with a short track like this, you don't have a lot of opportunity to get runs. There's just not enough space to do it. Look with our Thunder Cam, and you can see Patrick Langley behind Spencer Taylor in the 4th position, still making good headway, but has not been able to see the lead. And I think it's a curse at this point, ladies and gentlemen. Every single time we go and take a look at the ThunderCam, we bring ourselves out of caution. Go ahead and see what happened here. Of Brandon Cash, one of our good buddies, unfortunately involved. It looked like we have a camera on him for the incident. The issues continue for ATVO and our telemetry. Now we'll go ahead and get ourselves a quick commercial break from our sponsors and be right back to the 5 Flags 5 Sponsor 275.
Green flag, green flag.
And the green flag is out, as you hear from race control, and Tyler Truex gets a hell of a jump on the restart. And for the first time tonight, Jake Waltman is looking at the back of that Taco Bell machine. Tyler Truex has cleared him, and let's see if he can get away from him, as Jake Waltman has really been the pace all night long. But don't look now, but Patrick Langley in the 87 is looking. Another caution. We have ourselves a good old-fashioned wreck fest out here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have to see who was involved in that one. If the telemetry would be so kind. Really, Tyler Truex, he's had a couple rough weeks of late. And he's even had some run-ins with his cousin Ryan Truex, which it's a lot of fun for us to see, but I'm not sure they have the most fun with it. I wouldn't be shocked if he decided tonight to go ahead and get back to his winning ways. He has multiple wins on the season. This would be the place to do it. He has not had the best of luck at short tracks. It's been the 1.5 miles that he's had the most success this year. That 69 car is stout and it's clean, which is something we can't say for a lot of the field tonight. Look back at guys like James Stanger. Good Lord. Well, I say he's getting a lot of air to the radiator, but that's about it. A lot of damage there, as you can see. A lot of guys doing the wave around, but the pits are open. Let's see who bites. One of our main guys up front. Actually, Patrick Langley in the 87, our ThunderCam operator, did go ahead and pit. As he pulls out of the pits. He will lose all of that track position, but playing the strategy here, not racing for stage points. The stage will end here soon. He's less worried about the stage points, more worried about the win. A hell of a strategy move. It's something that I love seeing. He might have to be my late race pick here. Well, up front. A lot of the same guys, but in the middle of the pack, we have a lot of the guys that we're used to seeing up front. Roger Diebold still not able to move himself forward. He's finally cracked the top 10. And also the clap with some heavy damage in the rear. I'm not sure how he got that damage, since our telemetry doesn't like sharing with us. But he's missing the whole rear deck lid. That thing has to be an absolute handful to drive right now. Pace car is off. Tyler Truex will command the restart once again. Can Jake Waltman use the outside to get around him?
Green flag.
So trying to use the outside just like Tyler Truex did to him earlier, but he enters with way too much speed and unfortunately has to back out of it. And Spencer Taylor will actually clear him for a second, but crossover move. The 6 of Jake Waltman gets right back under the 36, and you can see the 15 of James Stanger goes around.
Flag is out.
And they all wad him up 4 wide. James Stanger still having issues with that car. Go back and see how he lost it. Enters the corner. You can already see he's already broken loose right on entry. Does a great job not to collect the 40 or the 77. The 94 does an amazing job. That's Christopher Pendell in his first race. Does an amazing job avoiding the 15. And look at everybody in the back of the pack does a hell of a job not making contact with the 15. You join him live. He's going to have to, I think, get some of that damage addressed. I would think Clap may too. Yep, the 15 is entering pit road now. 43 is another car with significant damage. He's had that damage basically since the start of this event. See a lot of these cars out here looking like traditional short track cars. We'll jump back with James here in pit lane. This imaginary pit crew that you can't see move is going ahead and putting some working on it, but also it looks like he didn't fix a lot of that damage that he had, so he must be confident. It must not be causing him issues. Maybe he thinks he just lost it on his own there. Bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off for him. Back up front, Tyler Truex still the leader. Take you through the field real quick while we're under caution. Tyler Truex started 4th in first. He's been up front all day long. So is Spencer Taylor, one of the fastest cars in practice. Jake Waltman, winner from last week, all the way back in 3rd for the first time today. Ryan Truex has not gone away at all. Up 1 position, still stalking everybody here in the top 5. And Doug Neal, look at the moves he's making all the way up from 12th to 6th. And a special mention, the Clap. Started 19th, up to 5th now. As we get ready to go green, our commissioner is about to crack the top 5. Let's see what he can do.
Green flag, green flag.
Tyler Truex takes them to the green, and we go. Spencer Taylor and Tyler Truex with a major battle right now, side by side. Spencer Taylor makes a little contact with the wall, but both drivers giving each other so much room.
Yellow flag is out.
And the caution waves yet again. That will be the end of stage number 1, and Spencer Taylor takes stage number 1 from Tyler Truex. Go back and take a look at just how close it was. As they came down to the line. That is your stage number 1. So close. I mean, that's got to be the closest stage finish we've had all year. Tyler Truex looking for that valuable playoff points, gets beat by a guy in his first race for the stage. Now, we may actually have to go back and look at the cameras here for this one. Did he beat him for the stage win? They're so close. Look, we're looking at the inside of his roll cage. That is. We'll look over from the blimp and see if we can't get a good look at this. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, that is how close it was for stage 1. Correct the telemetry. Tyler Truex, winner of stage 1 here at the Five Flags 5 Sponsors 275. And it was that close. Wow. This time a lot of guys are going to be entering pit road, I would think, unless there are some crazy strategies I don't know about. Roger Diebold came into the pits. We'll see if we can't cue him up. Hey, Roger Diebold, this is Bo Condon in the booth. Do you got me, sir? We'll try Roger in a little bit as Roger's radio is off. That means he's most likely talking to his spotter. See if before we go live we can't get one of our other drivers to chat with us. Tony Burleson, this is Bo up in the booth. You got me, sir.
Yeah, Bo, I got you.
Well, it's a hard night out there. How's that 79 Kubius tackle machine working for you?
Well, that's pretty good, actually. Just can't get anywhere because, you know, so much carnage going on. Cautions every 3 or 4 laps. But hopefully we go caution-free. Everybody straightened up, you know, get to move somewhere a little bit.
It's got to be coming. I feel a long run coming, sir. Good luck. Get after it.
Green flag, green flag.
The green flag is out. That was Tony Burleson, the 79 Kubius tackle machine. And Spencer Taylor takes that lead right back from Ryan Truex. And Jake Waltman says, no, I want my points. I want to get back in this thing. He is determined to get into the top 20 of points after missing most of the season. He knows that if he gets in that top 20 points, he will make it into the playoffs. And another caution out on the racetrack. I tell you, boys, we're going to have to clean this up. We're not even to 100 laps yet, and it's about past my bedtime. If we can't get a visual on what happened. Got a whole bunch of cars involved. Travis White, one of those cars, a newcomer into the ThunderClap Ligo, and you can see the contact there. Ray Fataruso involved. Hey, what do you know? Ray Fataruso. I only say that in just kind of because sometimes Ray plays a little rough. Let's see if we can't get the camera on. Here we go. Here is your incident. Oh, he makes major contact with Patrick Langley and a bunch of cars involved. Tore up a bunch of cars on that contact. That is going to have to be reviewed. Lots of contact with the 87 of Patrick Langley. Come off the corner, and Patrick looked just about clear. We'll look off the nose of Ray here. Looks like actually, I'm going to take that back. The 87 came down, thought he was clear, and unfortunately, that's going to hurt his day bad. Boy, you see a lot of contact for a lot of cars there. That's how Travis White got involved in the incident in that 864 Carolina machine. 43 major contact. That's his, I want to say, third incident of the night. How does he end up? He gets clipped by the 30. Oh, just clipped by the 87. 87 may have got away with not too much damage. I saw that he was on pit road. And the 43 Good Sam machine is not so good right now. But I take that back. Something we haven't talked about all evening. The fast repair. Every driver gets one fast repair in each event, and the 43 machine has used their fast repair. Now what this does is it automatically fixes your car, whatever damage it's taken care of. You only get one though. It's basically your mulligan. Once you used it, that's it.
Green flag, green flag.
And the green flag is out. Spencer Taylor commands the lead, and Ryan Truex follows suit. It's Spencer Taylor and the Truex and Truex show. As they come down the front stretch, the flash balls blow, and Ryan Truex up to the 2 point. But feeling the pressure behind as Tyler Truex and Jake Waltman are side by side. Whoa, that was seriously loose. That was Jake Waltman. We're riding on board now. You saw just how loose it can get. He gathers it back up, though. That was a hell of a save, and he's still trying to save it.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And the caution is out on the track. What we got ourselves here is about 158 5-lap heats, ladies and gentlemen. We take this opportunity to jump into our chat and thank you all for reaching out. You see we got Pops in the house. That's Cricker52. That would be Claps, our in-race reporter and commissioner, his stepfather. He is in the house. He had himself a special throwback scheme at Darlington a few weeks back. Hell of a good-looking car. Crick Crew is here in the house. What is up, my friend? Thank you for joining us. And your boy doing pretty well right now. Clap sitting in the 6th position. But if you're wondering where his rear deck lid went, ask one of these other cars. It's gone. But still, that champion tire and wheel is about 3/4 good looking. Spencer Taylor. How about it? Been up front all day long. One of the quickest laps out here on the track with a 17.311. It is actually, looks like the best lap. It was really fast in practice and remained so. And a happy anniversary to Janine and Pops Seeley. They are celebrating their 9th anniversary. Happy anniversary to you two. And hopefully the clap can go ahead and get you all a W. Janine Seeley Photography is one of the clap's other sponsors. They have been a title sponsor of the 63 throughout the season and took some amazing photos this week at Pocono during the doubleheader of Clap, who actually Clap became a GIF, which was real entertaining. And looking at that rear deck lid, Clap, don't you think it's just about time that you went ahead and stretched, my friend? There you go. Stretch it out. Figure it out. Yeah. Work it. Work it. There you go. There you go. Who knows? Maybe now he'll have everything he needs to get that 63 machine up front. As they're going to get ready to line them up here. The leaders, we do not do the choose cone roll like you see in a lot of short track events, because can you imagine? But we do let the leaders decide which lane to start, and Spencer Taylor has decided to start on the outside row, which has been working for him throughout the day. Ryan Truex starting there on the inside. We talked about him in the pre-race show. He is one of the scarier drivers out there. Can he get to the front and clear away from these guys? We'll find out.
Green flag, green flag.
The thunder rolls and the green flag is out. Spencer Taylor clears the 40, and Jake Waltman does the same. Bad restart for Ryan Truex. I tell you, these boys are fast. Spencer Taylor right now just seems like the car to beat, and Jake Waltman does not like that. He wants to be the car to beat. Back behind them, it is the Truexes battling it out for 3rd and 4th. Now sitting here in the 5th position, Doug Neal, no sponsorship on that ride, a new driver in the ThunderClap series, but showing significant speed. I think that'll be a name we talk about throughout the season. Clap still maintaining that 6th position. A little bit of damage. Getting hounded a bit by the 57 of David Hall. And Travis White involved in an incident earlier, but did not come to pit road, didn't have enough damage, he thinks, and now he is getting hounded by the 15 of James Stanger. And right behind him, there you see it, the 66 of Robert Walton, who is getting punishing pressure from Nathan Bryant, who he says has been without us for a while because he's been working on his real-life race car, so good for him. Getting some real-life experience out there. I know he's been working on that car for a while, ever since he got it. Glad to see him back here in the lead, and hope to see him get up there to the lead. Behind him, you got Patrick Langley sitting here just outside the top 10. That is our ThunderCam. Let's go to it. ThunderCam, sponsored by TLC Incorporated. See Patrick Langley gets a nice view of the battle between Nathan Bryant and Robert Walton and says, hey, come on, both of you are holding me up. This is a tight battle for right outside the top 10. Rejoining it live here, you can see Rafe Bataruso also in here. It looks like he used his fast repair. That is a clean number 2 machine. And behind them, someone we have not talked about all day long, Chase Leahy, one of our fan favorites out here. Chase is a hell of a driver. Has had the worst absolute luck all season long. I know I saw it personally back at Daytona when he blew up right in front of me right after a restart. You can see him get real loose there off an exit. But just needs to get himself a good run in him to reverse the momentum, because they have just, that team has been hurting these last couple weeks. They put a brand new paint scheme on this Sim for You Chevrolet, and maybe that will be the turn that they need for this 34 to get up front and stay up front. As we continue our look through the field, Ryan Johnson with that very cool Spree Adam Petty throwback scheme. He's getting pressured by our points leader and Roger Diebold as these cars continue to stretch out, and we get our first real long green flag run. Everybody, one clap for that. There's that Roger Diebold right there in the 16th position, followed by Ryan Zunk, who has used his fast repair but is still in this thing, still on the lead lap. A lot of guys here on the lead lap still, even though we've had some significant damage out there. Looks like Tony Burleson actually right behind him in the 16th position. That's our Kubia's Tackle machine. Kubia's Tackle, one of our premier sponsors.
Yellow,
here.
yellow, yellow.
And the caution is out on the track, and oh no. That is not a good sign. Note to self, do not go to the clap radio anytime soon. We'll rewind and see exactly what happened here. He's racing with James Stanger. Oh, and just touches the apron, and that's all it took. Unfortunately, damaged. Oh, and damage to his teammate, Tony Burleson. Damage to the 49 of Nathan Bryant. Hurts a lot of our allies here in the ThunderClap Stock Car Invitational. Oof. And that 63 Champion Tire wheel is a bent rim of a machine. Not good. Not looking good for the Crick crew here. Go back and take one more solid look at it. He had just made a pass on the 864. Who looks like was sent a little bit there. He actually regained it though. And then feels the pressure behind from the 15. I'll hop in the gyro cam and see what it looked like for him. He just touches the apron too much. Overcorrects it. Goes around major contact. Not a good day for the 63. Look at it, half speed here. Just when you touch that apron, it will send you. sad news for the Champion Tire and Wheel Machine and the J. Seeley Photography Machine. Chase Leahy looks like he got a little piece of that too. But hey, we rejoined live, and boy, it sure looked pretty now, doesn't it? He used that fast repair, and that thing is brand new. Can't say the same for our buddy Nathan Bryant there in the 49. That looks like he may be going to the back, getting an EOL. Or at least getting himself back in line correctly. He will be one lap down as it shows now. We'll see if that sorts itself out after the telemetry is complete. We had some pit stops there, as you see at the left of your screen. A lot of guys really just fixing damage. Ray Fataruso may have come in for repairing some damage or getting some fuel or maybe right sides. Chase Leahy fixed some damage. Even Roger Diebold was in. A couple different guys came and got their stuff worked out. Rejoined back at the front of the field. Lights are off on the pace car. Jake Waltman, your control car, as it were. Pace car rolls off. Spencer Taylor right there. The Thunder rule rolling. Let's hear it.
Green. Hang on, we're not going green.
And just at the last second, they pulled the trigger on the restart, as not everybody was in line where they were supposed to be. That's about as close as it gets. They will rack them up again. I'm with you, Cricker. He was trying a little dirt racing in that last caution.
Hang on, we're not going green.
Sounds like race control was going to get this sorted out. And while they get it sorted out, we're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break and be right back to the action in the Five Flags, 5 sponsor Speedway. Or five flags, 5 sponsors, 275.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. Now's the time to get your landscape lighting system tuned up for the summer months. You're going to have people over your house. You want to have your home, your back deck, your back patio, around your swimming pool, all your landscape lighting tuned up and ready. Give us a call here at the office, 410-721-2342. We'll be glad to get that scheduled for you.
And the green flag comes back out just like that. And we have a side-by-side battle on our hands between Jake Waltman and Spencer Taylor, two guys that have not been willing to back down from the best in the business here at Five Flags. And you see, we got a car going around. May have been the 57 of David Hall. We'll see if we can get a visual on it. It was indeed. Go back and see what happened to him. All looks good from here. He's using that outside line. It's kind of a sucker hole. You don't really want to be out there on the outside, but you can get some speed here. There is a bit of a second groove out there. And unfortunately gets contacted by the 15 of James Stanger. Does a great job of keeping it off the wall, though. He's already got some damage to that Wrangler machine, but minimized all the problems there with that incident, and it looks like he's going to stay out. There is a lot of business happening in race control. I'd love to be a fly on the wall and hear what is going on there. It looks like a warning may have been placed on the 15 of James Stanger. Not positive. We'll see if we can't get some conversations with admins real quick and figure out if that's exactly what happened.
Right now, under caution?
Under caution, yes.
Both of them, EOL to the rear. We do not accept wrecking under caution.
No, Langley didn't do anything wrong, though. That's the
Okay,
thing.
and the AOL, whoever calls.
Well, the thing is 15 AUL'd because he caused the wreck. But
Then black flag his ass.
Well, sounds like a lot of action happening. As you heard there, we have some EOLs being handed out and some issues that were happening under the caution. So those ThunderClap rules we were talking about earlier being enforced. Lights are off on the pace car, though. Again, we thank all of you for joining us tonight. This is the 5 Flags, 5 Sponsors 275, presented by our very own ThunderClap Stock Car Invitational, as we work to continue to bring in new sponsors to this exciting, growing league. Pace car pulls off. Jake Waltman, your leader, takes him to the green.
Green, green, green.
Wow, what a move to block off Spencer Taylor. Got sick and tired of being sick and tired, I think. And that's going to bump Spencer Taylor all the way back to the third position. And these 3-lap heat races are back, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I hope you're tucked in bed and got yourself a nightcap, because it's going to be a long one here in Pensacola, Florida. Go ahead and see what our incident was there. Looks like 5 Flags being mean again. I got no telemetry on the contact. But I do see that we have some guys who are on pit road. Cole Gadgedoris being one of them. Someone we have not talked about all day long in that 89 Tony Stewart-looking Home Depot machine. He got himself some significant damage fixed. Actually, only 9 seconds there. He looks like he kept the damage. Maybe got himself some fuel. I don't think tires are being as much of an issue as we thought it would be. But that happens when you have so many caution flags as we're having tonight. And rejoin our leaders as they start stacking them up. Nathan Bryan, our 49, just asked, how's the booth? And I'm going to be honest with you, Nathan. Bit of a pain tonight. The ATVO telemetry is not letting me see a lot of what y'all are doing out there, and it is frustrating. Not a normal thing here for the ThunderClap Stocker Invitational. Usually we're able to get instant replays instantly, no pun intended. But tonight, this 5 Flag Speedway and the way that iRacing is laying everything out, I am a rescue dog with no nose. But we'll stay after it as they line them up. Jake Waltman, still your leader. Been one of the strongest performing car really all night long. Cut the door off on Spencer Taylor earlier in that 36. Will be interesting to see if Spencer Taylor keeps that in mind on this restart. We'll actually ride along with Spencer Taylor when we go green here and see if he doesn't think heavily about that incident. And see the 6 of Jake Waltman right there in front of him as the pace car will pull off. And we'll get ready for the green.
Green, green, green.
You can see him fight that loose condition on exit. Has to snap the wheel to get it straight. And wow, he is sideways and still manages to save it. As we have a hell of a battle up front for our leaders. Tyler Truex and Jake Wallman rubbing, and Spencer Taylor not giving an inch, saying, I want a piece of the action too. But don't look now. That 40 of Ryan Truex is right there. And don't look even further. There's the 87 of Patrick Langley. And we'll go to the TLC Thundercam to get the most action we can out of it. Right on the back rear of the 40, and Patrick goes around. Oh, major contact for the 87 of Patrick Langley. Just as we went to the Thundercam presented by TLC Incorporated. Major issues for the 87. Check our replay now. Right on the back bumper of the 40. And wouldn't you know it, contact from the number 2, Ray Fataruso, our designated hit and run driver. Takes out the 87 and sends him. And makes our, hey, made TLC look good on the Thundercam. We'll join it live now as you see Patrick Langley going down pit road with, I believe that is the 38 of Roger Diebold, our points leader, in front of him. May have some penalties being handed down as I see a lot of action in race control. Patrick Langley does exit pit road. I believe he may have used his fast repair for that incident. Yep, that is a pretty fresh new paint scheme on that 87. He's going to be coming with fire in his eyes. See if he can't get back to that 2 car. If indeed he does believe it was the 2 car's fault. Nathan Bryant and the 49 Blue Lives Matter machine has reached out again and says he's on his last leg. 22X. What that means, ladies and gentlemen, is your incident points. You have a certain amount of incident points you can receive before you are penalized and eventually disqualified based on incidents. Just like in real life, eventually that car ain't going to run anymore. And unfortunately, the 49 is approaching that time. As you can see, that thing looks like a dirt modified or one of them Wellen modifieds. No front end, but he's getting a lot of air to the radiator, so the engine's probably nice and cool, but that's not exactly ideal for out here where we are right now. We've rejoined the leaders up front as they are gridding up, and we will have round 2 or 3 or 78 of the Jake Waltman and Spencer Taylor battle. That 36 is unsponsored today, but probably get himself a sponsor next week the way he's wheeling this thing.
Green flag, green flag.
The Thunder rolls, and Spencer Taylor tries to use that outside lane just like he did earlier, but was not able to get the jump, and Jake Waltman clears him as they exit onto the backstretch. You see just how quickly they're already back into the turn here. You have that wheel straight for just a fraction of a second. There is the difference. But
yellow, yellow, yellow.
It's another incident out on the track. At this point, it's a matter of how quickly you can get to the front before the caution comes out. Now, I actually, if I check my notes here, that should be the caution for stage number 2. These short tracks, it's hard to keep up with. Yes, that will be the stage number 2 end. And this is how they shaked out for the top 10, getting those valuable stage points. A lot of new faces in there. That means a lot of guys that are consistent runners not getting stage points today. But look at that number 34 in 7th place, getting him necessary stage points that he desperately needs to rebound this season. Front end looks good, rear looks good. That usually means you're in the way of somebody, but clearly somebody pushed him up to the front as he sat there in the top 10. While we're under commercial break, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a quick moment to remind you all why this race is called the 5 Flags, 5 Sponsors 275. So our goal here is to attract 5 new sponsors for 5 unsponsored events, and we encourage everyone to act fast because the season is filling up with about half of the remaining events already with title and premier sponsorships. So let's take a look at what being a sponsor supports. The prize money for our drivers. 70 to 90% of sponsorship dollars are devoted to the winner of each week's race, depending on format and series, guaranteeing a palatable pot for our drivers. Our weekly race control team. This provides us the ability to observe and enforce the rules of the ThunderClap series, as well as confirm positions, points, and winners each and every week. And your local community. We commit ourselves each broadcast to promote your organization, its story, and most importantly, its people. Doing so shines light on the local heroes and businesses and further expands the ThunderClap nation. And what you'll receive as a ThunderClap title sponsor, thousands of eyes. With hundreds of weekly viewers each and every week, your company or organization will be placed in front of hundreds of potential customers or supporters. Constant scripted promotion. Much like the pitch I'm doing now, we'll promote your company or organization throughout race week and during the broadcast. And professional advertising content. If you commit to being a premier sponsor, you'll receive in your sponsor package 15 to 30-second video ads to promote your business or organization that will remain a part of our commercial blocks all season long. That is what will happen if you become a title sponsor here in the ThunderClap Stock Car Series.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is back out. Spencer and Jake battle it out. Side by side, they enter 1 and 2. Who will give? Probably neither. Spencer using that outside line like he did earlier to clear Tyler Truex, staying right along the outside. And it'll look like Spencer Taylor, like I was saying earlier, it's we're drag racing out here now, a little bit of NHRA around a circle as we get just about a lap or two before another incident comes out. And I believe the way it shook out there, Spencer Taylor did claim the lead from the 6 of Jake Waltman. As we're under caution yet again, I'm going to bring in our elite commissioner, a lot like Indy in 2008, and see what the hell's going on here with these cautions tonight. Hey, Justin Clapper, it's Bo up in the booth. You got me, sir?
Yes, sir, I sure do.
Well, that 63 car has been beat, bang, and bummed out for a lot of this race, but you were able to get up there in the top 5. I'm hoping that you can get yourself back there. But besides being a racer, I'm kind of curious as to what the hell's going on here tonight.
Well, right now I'm doing a little bit of, as Brandon Cash decides to
clean his tires,
make the grass a little shorter on the backstretch. But I'm doing a little bit of what I did that first segment to get me in that top 5 position. Just kind of riding around, running my race, and letting guys get a little squirrely around me. I think we just got way too much aggression too early. A lot of guys are trying to gain track position that isn't really there. This is becoming a single groove racetrack, making things really difficult. You really got to bump and run out of the way here. So Sitting in the 14th position right now. We were running up there in 6th behind Ryan earlier. Felt pretty good, but unfortunately, some wrecking avoidance actually ended up giving me some incidents because we got some guys that still got to learn a few things here and there. But a few guys DQ'd for incident issues, some blinking issues, and we have 3 strike rule for our involvement in wrecks. So starting to take place right now. So
yeah, and not to cut you off, but I'm curious as to what's going on there because I've been seeing some of the same guys involved in incidents. Who are some of these drivers that we've had to tell that they're parked for the day? Have they been parked because of those incidents? Is it intentional wrecking? Is it just getting involved in too many wrecks? What's going on?
So if you're the cause of a caution up to 3 times, like the 49, that was his 3rd, and the 01 as well, you'll be disqualified. Just to try to, we appreciate guys jumping in, but we don't want the same guy throwing the yellow over and over and over. So we try to keep it as clean as we can. We understand the first half of these races will get a little squirrely, but we're starting to get a little bit better here. So hoping to work my way back up there. Had to use my fast repair already, but sitting right now with half my X's used up, getting ready to go green.
Well, good luck, sir. I hope you get up for the front as the pace car is going to pull off, get that champion tire and wheel thing up there, and go get you a win, buddy.
Green flag, green flag.
Jake Waltman battling hard against Spencer Taylor. I mean, these front runners are real exciting to watch here. If we could just get ourselves a long green flag run, I can't wait to see what they have to say about this first place position because there's a new guy in town, Ryan Johnson, in that 8 machine. Makes me really want to spree right about now. Don't remember those? I was the chewy kind. Write in the comments if you were a chewy spree person or a hard candy spree person. Or don't. You don't have to do that. But I'm a chewy spree person. Anyway, Ryan
Yellow,
Johnson.
yellow.
Jinx myself. Damn it. Another caution out on the track. We will check and see what happened. Looks like James Stanger was involved. Oh, goodness. Well, he did use his fast repairs, so he got that front end all cleaned up. Bobby Grant is missing about half a car. Oh. And a blink issue. And he's back. And another blink issue. And he gone. But that may have been our incident there. Sometimes if we get a large amount of blinking, a caution will come out because they actually did make significant contact with the wall and maybe another vehicle. But that was most likely due to internet connection, something that real-life racers don't have to worry about, the losing of internet connection and the stability of their internet connection. Not normally something that these drivers have to worry about. As they start to line them back up here at the front, we'll get a quick word from our lead.
They are wrecking just like that. Oh, a humongous impact. Just like that, we have ourselves some drama on hand.
Things are heating up.
Jack forward for the lead.
I think Roger got it. I think Roger got the win.
Is in the air. He is Dogecoin to the moon.
And that's the kind of racing you get in ThunderClap. And just like the man done said, that is the racing that you get in the ThunderClap Stock Car Invitational. Real exciting racing through and through. Don't let this one race fool you, ladies and gentlemen, with this many incidents. You're going to see that at a half-mile track, especially with a stacked field like this. That's why, honestly, a lot of these races that happen on these smaller tracks don't have a field this big. We've got ourselves a total count of 31 cars on the track at any one point in time in this race. That's a lot of cars, a lot of stock cars for a half-mile track, especially one like this. And I tell you, Janine asks, who's buying breakfast before this is over? Well, it ain't the broadcast booth, I'll tell you that much, because I drank all the breakfast there is. There's no mimosas left. At this point, I don't even have any lunch anymore. My drink's empty, my water's empty, and we're getting ready to go green, so somebody else is going to have to get it for me, and there's no one to go get it. Pace car is going to pull off. Jake Waldman, Spencer Taylor. It's the story of the night. But Robert Walton, someone we haven't talked about in a while, is there in the 4th position. Can he break up this Brofest between the 36 and the 6? Or can Tyler Truex finally stick his nose back in there and get back to the front? Take an overhead look and see just how good the 36 and the 6 are running side by side. And you got the same kind of action back here with Robert Walton in the 43. The leaders still side by side as they enter 3 and 4. Nobody giving an inch whatsoever, and Tyler Truex.
Yellow.
At this point, we should all just go to Taco Bell, shouldn't we? Come back, see how they're doing. And an off-track incident with Patrick Langley, unfortunately. Our ThunderCam driver, he's back now. But had an off-track incident. We'll check that out. He's in a gaggle of cars here with Clap and Ryan Zunk and Brandon Cash in the 11. Haven't talked a lot about him today. If you look wide here, you see right along that apron. We'll see this. Oh, he's 3 wide with the 42 and the 11. And, oh, does a great job not making significant contact. But gets tapped ever so slightly when he pushes it 3 wide here with the 11 of Brandon Cash and the 42. Oof. Great job by everybody staying out of the way. Looks like Ryan Zunk may have gotten a piece of it. At 87 is not having as much luck as it was having last week at South Boston Speedway, where he was leading much of the race. Started 10th. I know he was up into the top 5 at one point. We covered it. Back in the 18th position now. Not having a lot of fun in that 87. We'd love to dial him up here. We'll have to see if we have him in our Discord so that we can throw him into a driver chat. Here's our leaders right here as they all start cycling out. Looks like we didn't have a lot of takers on pit road. Well, actually, we had a good amount of guys that were getting damage fixed. Amelia Jr. being one of those guys that got some damage taken care of. Haven't talked a lot about Tommy all day long. Actually, the 6 came in as well, our leader. Although it doesn't show so on our telemetry. He certainly did, and then blinked again. These short tracks. They're not kind to me. Well, with that, that's going to shake some things up significantly, as Jake Waldman will be starting in the back of the pack for the first time today. Roger Debo is sitting in front of him. See if maybe he can get up there towards the front for the first time.
Green.
Spencer Taylor up front will take him to green with Ryan Truex right there on the inside. Can Ryan Truex clear him? It's been hard for anybody to clear the 36 for a while, as these leaders battle side by side again, and the caution will wave, and still no one cleared the 36. I don't even know if I want to know what happened on that one. We'll go ahead and take a dive. Looks like the clap was involved yet again in another incident. Gets into the rear of Travis White, sends him around. A little bit of an ejecto-cedo cuz move by the 63. Jump in his cockpit. Boop. Oh boy. That's going to ruffle some feathers there. As Travis White gets turned by our commissioner. Hey, Ruppin's racing, son. So he's on pit road now and got that damage taken care of at least to a point. His rear end don't look so good, but his front end looks okay. Guess that sometimes just means you're a little bit in the way, but hopefully Travis White can get it together. Get back out there. He started 25th and he is in the 20th position. So he's doing better than I would be if I was out there, I'll tell you that. A lot of guys we have not covered. Steven Lachinsky, one of our Hellraisers. Started 18th, currently 21st. He's sitting only 2 laps down. He's one of our cars that can get himself, if he can get himself back on the lead lap, he has not used his fast repair from what I can see. Might be able to get up there and start shaking and baking a little bit. Bobby Grant in the 14. Oh boy, that thing is hurted. But he is on the lead lap, having a consistent day here in the top 15. And a race that is a lot like Outlive, Outlast, and Outplay. That's right, I'm talking a survivor kind of race. Tyler Truex, one of those cars that is surviving and is now your leader once again. I tell you, if they keep doing all these cautions, I'm gonna need Tyler to pull off the track and maybe he'll get us a couple $5 grande nachos, or I'll take a steak quesadilla. I'll take anything at this point. I'll take a long green flag run with a side of nacho fries. How about that? Pace car will pull off once we get over here to the pit lane. Spencer Taylor, I tell you, this guy, look, a little bit of gamesmanship here on the restart as Tyler Truex and Spencer Taylor almost
green
got into each other, and then Tyler Truex does a great job on the restart to clear Spencer Taylor, and we have ourselves a Lupa leader. Behind them, the 57 of David Hall. Where did he come from? Fighting on the inside of Spencer Taylor.
Yellow flag is out.
And I just don't want to believe it. Yellow flag out again. That hurts. Seems like a big incident at the back with Ryan Johnson and Jake Waltman. Jake Waltman, one of our leaders. This is what happens when you get in the back of the pack. You see they're 3 wide here. Oh no. 6 made heavy contact in the inside wall, and so did Ryan Johnson. Let's take a look at what happened as they were 3 wide exiting the turn with Brandon Cash. Jake Waltman, oh, he gets tagged by the 8 who got loose. Locks it down, minimizes the damage, but this is what happens when you play the strategy game. He wanted to go to the pits and see if he couldn't maybe make this his last stop, and now he's going to have significant damage. See if he enters pit lane when they open up. I'll tell you, there's somebody we haven't talked about virtually this whole race with this big field. Hard for me to cover just about everybody here, but 20 of Kyle Newkirk, one of our other admins in the stock car, ThunderClap Stock Car Invitational, started all the way at the back of the field in 33rd position, sitting in 13th now, up 20 positions. That is got to be our biggest mover of the race. Doing a hell of a job outlasting all these guys and staying out of trouble. So, best night of the season for that 20 car of Kyle Newkirk. Good for him in that Sirius XM Toyota. Get yourself a solid top 10 tonight, maybe, sir. Check in with one of our other admins and points leader, Roger Diebold. For whatever reason, he has not been able to get to the front like he always does. Not sure what has been his issue throughout this race and why he can't make up ground. We heard him talking earlier about how hard it is to make ground. Hey, matter of fact, why don't we go ahead and dial up that 20 machine while we're under caution here. Hey, Kyle, this is Bo up in the booth. You got me, sir?
Yeah, I got you, sir. How you doing this evening?
Well, hell, I'm not as good as you are. Plus 20 positions. Started 33rd all the way up there now. How are you doing it? How are you staying out of trouble?
I have no clue. I got 20X right now. We're only allowed 25, and we're getting ready to go green. So we'll see if I can hold it off until the end of the race here.
Outlive, outlast, and outplay, man. Survive this thing. Good luck to you.
Sure.
Green flag, green flag.
And just like that, the green flag is out. The 69 clears Spencer Taylor yet again. Ryan Truex is dominating those restarts now. They start to spread out. You can see side by side with the 32. That is Matt Garrett. Have not talked about him all day today in that Wawa My Choice machine. On the inside of him is Doug Neal, someone who has not been in the lead before tonight. And behind them, look at that. Justin Clapper with them 4 freshies and that brand new machine.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Up there in the 6th position. That's caution. Waves. Again. Take a look at what happened on this one. Robert Walton was involved. Looks like another incident with oh boy. That was Patrick Langley, I believe in the 87, who was involved. It looks like that may have killed Patrick Langley's night and the night of our Thundercam. I believe that was the incident points that Patrick Langley did not need, and unfortunately he may have been DQ'd from the event due to incident points. As you can see in our Thundercam right now, not a lot going on. Yep, and there is your incident. So he enters the corner here under the 42 of Dustin Stallings. And yep, that will do it. Oof, more contact for Robert Walton in the 66. A lot of heavy hitters getting involved in significant trouble tonight. We're at the Five Flag Speedway in Pensacola, Florida, for the 5 sponsor event as we try to lobby to get new sponsors for the event. At this point, anybody that owns a junkyard, I think this is right up your alley. It does look like he tried to lock up the brakes and got loose. Anytime you see them jack it all the way, if they're spinning left and then all of a sudden they go that hard right, you know that they're not having a great time. Next week's race is at North Wilkesboro Speedway. We've not been to North Wilkesboro in the ThunderClap League yet, and, well, no one's been to North Wilkesboro in years. So we will have the Cup cars on North Wilkesboro for another exciting installment of the ThunderClap Stock Car Invitational and the final installment of our regular season short track slam. After North Wilkesboro, we will be taking it to Charlotte in Concord, North Carolina, as we head back to the 1.5 mile mayhem. So a lot of exciting racing ahead once we get through these little under 100 laps here in the 5 Flags, 5 Sponsors 275. We'll get ourselves hopefully a long run here as Tyler Truex commands the restart again. And a couple new guys up here in the front, like Matt Garrett. Can they do something with it?
Green flag, green flag.
That's how close it is, ladies and gentlemen, as they go inside of each other's car. Oh boy. The leaders cannot clear each other. They are neck and neck. This is some great racing here as the laps wind down. Whoa, you saw the contact there. Tyler Truex gets way loose on exit. Makes a little contact with Spencer Taylor. And that's going to give Spencer Taylor the momentum he needs to almost clear. But then Spencer Taylor dives it into the corner too deep. And the door's right back open for Tyler Truex again. Oh, and real loose on the 69. Still trying to gather it up. And somehow still maintains on the inside of Spencer Taylor. But boy, that 69 is a handful. He must have spilled his Diablo sauce because that thing is all over the place. This gives an opportunity now as Spencer Taylor clears for the lead for the 77 of Doug Neal to maybe get himself into a position to get that lead. But Spencer Taylor says, nah, this is mine now. Can't have it. Starts to walk away from the 69. Look overhead, check on some of our other drivers. Clap still sitting in the 6th position, getting hounded by Dakota Camper now on the 43 Good Sam machine. So we see a pass for 4th place by Matt Garrett on the 57 of David Hall. He clears him and gets a hell of a bump in the rear, and that is going to collect everybody.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Wow. That was a bit of an unfriendly nudge there by the 57 of David Hall that collected a lot of guys. Go ahead and look at our replay. You see the bump right there to the 32. The 32 saves it. They get together again. 63 sent the 43s involved. The 8 locks her down, was able to actually escape damage free. But boy, oh boy. More rubbing, more racing, more issues. .32 will enter pit road and get some of that damage figured out, and so the 63 is able to stay out. And you know he's already used that fast repair, so there's not a lot he can do. But our leaders are on pit road. Tyler Truex, Spencer Taylor, taking 4 tires and fuel and out, not addressing any damage. The exit pit road, Spencer Taylor does get ahead of Tyler Truex, but they're going to be starting amidst the pack. Our new leader for the first time today, Doug Neal in 77, started 12th, all the way up to 1st now. And right along the outside of him, the 63 of Justin Clapper. Started all the way back in 19th, now sitting second, involved in that incident. I'm sure he was not planning on getting more damage after that fast repair. But could misfortune become fortune and get him the lead for the first time today in that Champion Tire and Wheel machine? Sure, there's a lot going on in race control with the admins. Let's see if we can't talk to our leader. Oh, I'm sorry, that's David Hall. I'm going through our guys here. There's Doug Neal. Doug didn't let me drag him. I can't pull Doug over. Why can't I? All right. Well, can't talk to Doug. Let's talk to our buddy Brandon. Can't talk to Brandon either. For some reason, I'm not able to pull most of our guys here. Well, we'll get that figured out as they line them up. Clap starting on the outside row for the first time tonight. With Doug Neal also up front for the first time.
Green.
Green flag is out, and slow start for Clap. Doug Neal gets away cleanly, and they all stack up behind the 63. Spencer Taylor, who pitted already up to the 4th position. Those 4 fresh tires are working for him. Works his way under David Hall as they enter turns 3 and 4 and come down the front stretch. Doug Neal still your leader at this time. '43 of Dakota Camper. He hasn't been up this high. A lot of newcomers. As guys get too many incident points, you're starting to see some new faces up front, but one face that if I'm Doug Neal, I don't want to see is a face of that 36 Supra in 3rd place. Starting to work on Dakota Camper in the 43 now. With a beautiful fresh car. Got a little bit of damage there on the right side. Works his way inside of the 43 and will clear him this turn. Powerhouse move by the most powerful car of the night. And we do sadly report that Jake Waltman, one of our top drivers tonight, has been retired tonight due to too many incident points. His strategy clearly did not work for him, getting through the field, trying to outlast and be the first guy on pit road. Unfortunately, out for the evening after all of those incidents that he was in. He'll certainly be looking to rebound next week. But someone who is still here and still rocking and rolling is 69 of Tyler Truex. He's on the back bumper of Ryan Johnson. Well, what's left of the back bumper of Ryan Johnson. Trying to use the outside line to get around him as these guys are a roadblock, and Spencer Taylor takes the lead from Doug Neal. Doug Neal now getting a punching bag, getting pushed around, and now Ryan Truex knows he has to go. If he's going to catch Spencer Taylor, he has to go right now. Get Ryan Johnson out of the way if he's holding him up. Because Spencer Taylor is going to start to walk away if Ryan Johnson does not have the speed. Tyler starts to get under him there.
Yellow flag is out.
And there's a caution on track as Tyler Truex had just moved Ryan Johnson a bit, but was not able to clear him. See what happened. Looks like Steve Lachinski and the 63 of Justin Clapper were involved. Oh. Ejecto Cedo Cuz from the 99. 99 gets into the back of the 63, and the 63 has to park it into the wall. Well, that Champion Tire and Wheel machine really has just been a punching bag here tonight. Out of the gas. 99 sends her on in there. I'm not even sure if I can blame anyone there other than just fatigue and a long race getting much longer for the 63. He's on pit road now, getting some of that damage fixed. We'll step away for a moment. It is not the Daytona 500. We'll take a quick commercial break and be right back and see if we can't dial up some of our drivers.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC Custom Lawn Sprinklers. I want to wish everybody a safe race during the ThunderClap Stock Car Invitational. We provide custom automatic underground lawn sprinkler solutions to folks in Maryland, Northern Virginia, and the DC areas. Give us a call here at the office, 410-721-2342.
RL Productions Commercial Advertising. Promoting your success story. Affordable cross-platform strategies. Tailored to your ideal audience. Serving Maryland business. With global brand elevation. For more, visit rlproductioncrew.com.
Tiki Lee's Dock Bar is Maryland's newest island oasis. Put your boat in the slip, toes in the sand, and a drink in your hand. Featuring heat-crushing crushes, the frostiest frozen concoctions, and brews both local and domestic. The kitchen serving up savory seafood and the best pub grub in town, including our gigantic Chesapeake crab pretzel. Tiki Lee's is fun for the whole family and for friends. Only minutes from Hart Miller Island and over 60 boat slips, too. Tiki Lee's Dock Bar in Sparrows Point off of Exit 42. Have a staycation that feels like a vacation.
Green, green, green.
Pace car rolls off, and Spencer Taylor clears them all. Tyler Truex battling on the inside now of Ryan Johnson.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Another caution out on the track. And Bobby Grant involved in this one. You can see him 3 wide. And looks like he just used his fast repair, had a brand new car. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. We got back in the gas a little too soon. And that was enough to send him around. Fortunate for the 14 machine. Still sitting on the lead lap code, the last car on the lead lap. And good news, though, this should give the 63, Justin Clapper, the lucky dog. So after getting some of that damage fixed, yep, you can see him go right there. He will be the lucky dog. And he'll be back on the lead lap and able to start getting some valuable points. So we haven't checked in on in a while. The 40 of Ryan Truex. On pit road now. Getting significant damage fix. He's actually 4 laps down, as it were, right now. I believe there's some terminal damage to that 40 machine. Unfortunate, and really going to shake things up as far as the points are concerned, as the 40 of Ryan Truex had been one of the more dominant cars in the last couple weeks here in the ThunderClap Stock Car Invitational. Well, we've got just under 50 laps to go here in the Five Flags, 5 Sponsors 275. I'm fatigued. Lots of action to call. Lots of cautions. My goodness gracious, we've had a record amount of cautions in this event. But nevertheless, 45 to go. And your front runners
Green.
are Tyler Truex and Spencer Taylor. Can Spencer pull away and remain the dominant car? Wow, gets real loose on exit there. As Tyler just can't buy that 36, and we'll have to follow in behind him.
Yellow flag is out.
And a damn caution. Keeping my composure. Another incident. Let's see what happened out there on the track. Incident with Ryan Johnson in the 8. Let's see if this spree chewable candy became a heart. Rachel McCasley, Brandon Cash lost it on his own. And what, I don't know. Let's see if we can dial him up and if those issues are fixed. Hey, Brandon, it's Bo up in the booth. You got me, sir. Oh, very good. Hey, Clap, it's Bo up in the booth. You got me, sir?
I sure do.
Well, you got yourself the lucky dog there a minute ago, and you're back on the lead lap after, unfortunately, getting ejective seated. But Steve there earlier, how are you going to get that 63 champion tire and wheel machine up to the front here in the last couple laps?
Oh, man, I'm going to just keep running my race, man. It's kind of been an interesting night from the back to the front, to the back to the front. Now we're kind of sitting mid-pack right now. Got really lucky to the caution flag wave there. That was a mistake on my part coming down pit road there, thinking it was 2 to go, and it was actually 1 to go. But luckily the caution came out real quick, got the wave around, got some damage fixed up here. So still got about a minute and a half of damage, but luckily we're at a short track here. This ECR engine's running fast and strong tonight, so hopefully we'll keep it that way with just about 40 laps to go, I think.
You're good at math.
14th. So, wow, not really, man. I'm just trying to hold my breath and hope for the best here. This has been a wild one. And honestly, I don't know how it's looked up there to you I know for me, I've had a lot of fun once we get green flag racing here. This is a fast racetrack, man. It almost gives you a little bit of tunnel vision once we get going here, and I feel like that may be affecting some of these guys that are a little more on the rookie to amateur level. So, including myself, we're kind of holding on for dear life out here.
Well, hey, you go ahead and get after it, sir. We're going to get ready to go green flag. I hope to see you back up here towards the front because it is interesting up there.
Yeah, 10-4, buddy.
Pace car will pull off. 69 of Tyler Truex will be the control car here.
Green flag.
Spencer Taylor, can he use the outside line like he's been using all night long? Tyler Truex, he's got to start using them up at this point. Dive down into 3 and 4. As they come to the line, Tyler Truex clears the 36 of Spencer Taylor. '66 of Robert Walton getting into the business now. Wow, Tyler Truex was real loose on exit there. Took some speed out of the car, but he is trying to get away from that 36. That's how close it is.
Yellow flag is out.
And a caution on the speedway. I don't really want to know, but we'll go ahead and look. The caution update brought to you by RL Productions LLC out of Baltimore, Maryland, a video production advertising agent. I don't even know my own company anymore. An advertising agency specializing in video marketing in the DMV area. And we have had 28 bleeping cautions for 122 caution laps. 23 lead changes, though. The fastest lap of the race was a 17.305 by that 36 of Spencer Taylor, the dominant car this evening. 28 cautions. Do better. There's Brandon Cash. Yeesh. How you doing there, buddy? You've had yourself a hell of a day, have you not?
We're doing okay.
I like hearing that confidence. That 11 machine looked like a crushed Coors Light can by the end of it, buddy.
Brother, you and me both.
Yeah, we saw you getting a couple incidents there. Saw your last one, unfortunately. Looks like it ended your night. But don't worry. You're in good company as a lot of front runners like Jake Waltman, Patrick Langley, James Stanger, Cole Gadgedoris, Ryan Truex, Ray Fataruso. I mean, the list goes on and on and on of major guys that are going to have major point implications at the end of the night because of these DQs and incident point violations.
I'll tell you what, this is a crazy track. I cannot believe how much it takes to get through just one single lap. You're going inside, you're going outside, you're going front to back. Every single person is literally an obstacle. Doesn't matter where they're at. They're wrecking. They're fucking riding, rumbling. Sorry for the swearing. I've had a few Coors Light. And, yeah.
Yeah, you're right, sir. Well, yeah, it's been a bit of a mess. Justin, you got something for us?
Oh, yeah, Bo. I got you a nice guess for the finish of this thing. Dang it, man. We were working our way back up there, and, man, I had a blast out there tonight. This is probably the most fun I've had in this league so far, especially being able to mix it up with these front runners up there. But, yeah, unfortunately, it just, with the damage I had and a missing spoiler, she just broke loose, and there's nothing I could really do.
Yeah, we're looking at it right now, and I mean, what the hell are you going to do with no spoiler? And unfortunately, Kyle Newkirk made some impact with you. That's going to hurt the rest of his day, too. I know his incident count was up there. I mean, right now, I think, pull them all off and just see what Spencer Taylor can do.
Green flag.
As Spencer Taylor takes the green flag, and Tyler Truex, we'll see if he can clear him like he did on the last restart.
Absolutely. A lot of discussion on whether or not guys were jumping the green or not. And a lot of these guys, after review, were hammered right on the money as Tyler Truex gets up. But here he comes that black and gold machine of Spencer Taylor. Doesn't quite get there, but he had a nose on the inside.
These two have been battling it out, and something I've noticed about how Spencer Taylor gets around here, he breaks the car loose on exit and is able to turn it into speed and save this thing like no one I've seen all night long. He's so fast. Robert Walton's someone that we haven't talked about a lot today, also sitting there in the third position. His car looked like a punching bag earlier. Now it's all fresh and feeling brand new.
Faster pairs are big money on this track. I'm telling you, we have barely been pitting this entire pit. You want to use that fast hit for end of this race here. That's what you want to do.
Yeah, smart play by Robert by saving that thing. I'm not sure if Tyler has used his up yet. He hasn't really been in a big incident yet. A lot better when you can stay out front and not get involved in them. We saw.
Yellow flag is out.
Hey, speak of the devil. Over-under on getting to an even 30. Go ahead and take a look at what happened. Looks like it was the 99 of Steve Lachinski getting involved.
And it sounds like that is the end for Roger Diebold, your point leader.
No way, Jose.
Wow.
Could be a little bit of a shake-up in the points here. As Tyler Truex has been gaining lots of ground.
Tyler Truex is going to have a hell of a points day if he is able to. If he gets a win here, I mean, he's going to gather up some serious points and make up for. I believe he had missed at least one race earlier. With the amount of guys that we have heavy up front in the points that are DQ'd from this event or DNF from the event, he's got to jump some guys. You see the damage.
Absolutely. Yeah, Tyler is going for, I believe, his 4th win of the season.
I believe you're correct.
But Spencer Taylor might have something to say about it. And if they get into it, look at a guy like Robert Walton trying to get his first W. Sitting right there in the 3rd position. Just kind of lingering there.
Yeah, like we talked about, he used that fast repair and he's using it to his advantage. But someone else that is a newcomer, Doug Neal, the 77, have not had him in this league before. I'd actually love right now to bring him in and see if we can't ring in the new driver as he's sitting in the P4 position. See if I can't drag him down here. Too many damn channels. Yep, can't do it with the. That's unfortunate. Got to remove some of these channels. It's hard to reach and grab these drivers. Here we go. Doug Neal, it's Bo up in the booth. Do you got me, sir?
I got you, buddy. How you doing?
Hey, Doug. First of all, welcome to the ThunderClap Stock Car Invitational. You're doing a hell of a job out there tonight. What's it going to take for you to get that 77 machine the W tonight?
Man, those guys in front of me to wreck. No, those guys in front of me are, man, they're really good drivers. There's a lot of good drivers in here, I think, but I don't know if I got anything for these guys in front of me at all.
Well, I think that is just what you might need. It's like a full moon out there tonight, the amount of incidents we've had and the amount of contact we've had. Keep your hands up on the wheels, sir, and you just might get your wish the way that Spencer Taylor and Tyler Truex have been bouncing off each other. We'll be looking to see that 77 get the lead one more time, sir.
I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you very much.
All right.
Starting to wind down here as I believe we're going to take the green with about 20 laps to go. We'll have to see if we get somewhat of a green flag distance here. As the green flag waves, Spencer Taylor gets a jump on Tyler Truex. And he will clear Tyler Truex, but no! Tyler gets super loose. We're 3 wide for the lead. And Robert Walton capitalizing as he takes it to the inside for the lead. Oh, makes
Contact.
Robert Walton, he wants that first W, and he's going to go ahead and do everything it takes to get up there. And I can promise you that there is some steam boiling out of the helmet of that 69 machine as he is just getting shipped to the backside of this top 5. As the 8 machine, Ryan Johnson now on the inside.
That's insane how they beat and banged up. I mean, the 69 and the 30. Oh, the Robert Walton gets spun.
Oh, unbelievable.
Holy smokes,
And
we've
just
got
like
the drama.
that, heartbreak for Robert Walton.
We'll go back and take a jab at. There's a lot to look at here. You see Robert Walton from the lead here in the replay. Looks like he actually doesn't get any contact. He just gets in the gas too hard and sends himself around. Luckily, the caution was able to come out. We'll have
Big
to.
mistake, Peter.
Huge mistake. Clean racetrack will do that to you. That's his first clean racetrack all night. We're actually going to take a look back now at the contact that started this whole mess. You see Spencer Davis Spencer Taylor and Tyler Truex making contact there. That's what sends them 3 wide and gives Robert Walton this opportunity. I mean, great racing up front. That's what you want to see out of these guys. But poor Robert Walton. He saw all that track ahead of him, and it cost him.
Here's something that's blowing my mind right now.
Tell me.
Steve Lashinsky is position 8 in the field. He was 7 laps down at this race at one point. Could you believe that?
That is absolutely incredible. And I tell you what, the way he drove through the field, I am not shocked. He has found something in that number 99 machine, and whatever it is working. And the cautions, yeah, they played it to his favor, but the man has held his ground and then some. And incidents keep going the way they're going up front. He might be able to luck out and get a top 5, maybe more out of this.
I think he pulled off into Menards and found a Lance in aisle 18, and he's just punching people out of the way, maybe. He's one of our Hellraisers from the original establishment with this ThunderClap Stock Car Invitational, and I love seeing him up here in the right here in the top 10. Like you said, after 7 friggin' laps down, that's impressive. But at this point, nothing will surprise me after this evening. Is someone else that I'm actually incredibly proud or just happy to see in the top 5, the 34 Chase Leahy. We said earlier in the broadcast, this kid needs himself a solid day. He's had the worst luck all season long. I mean, absolute great kid. Cannot catch a break whatsoever. Sitting in P5 right now. Can he force a problem like we just had on the earlier restart? We've got Ryan Johnson in the 8 for the first time starting on that front row. This is going to be entertaining.
Green, green, green.
Green flag will wave. Will Tyler Truex make a mad dive to get that P1 spot back? But side by side for the league is the 2 newcomers, Spencer Taylor, Ryan Johnson.
Spencer Taylor is using that outside like he's been all day long, but Ryan Johnson sticking it in right there. I mean, good Lord. We haven't seen Ryan Johnson battle up against the leaders all night long, and he is giving Spencer Taylor a run for his money.
And don't count out Tyler Truex just yet, as he is all over the backside of Ryan Johnson, looking to his outside now. But the outside line hasn't worked yet tonight.
Yellow,
but he's
yellow,
trying
yellow.
to make it work as their caution will wave one more time.
Oh, no. Brandon, did you see who was involved in that one?
37, I believe 14?
37 and the 14, or... Let's take a look. Yep.
Somebody turned right. That's all I saw.
Let's see what we got here. Throw it up on the sidewalk, take a look. 77. Oh, we were just talking to Doug. Found himself back in the pack. I'm not sure how he lost all that track position. He was just right there in the 4th position when we talked to him. Maybe we jinxed him.
Oh, that'll happen.
Oh.
Sometimes guys are listening to these broadcasts and they hear you talking about them. I've been there myself.
Hey, y'all. You remember Vegas?
And I'm, woo!
Yeah, you remember
Send it
Vegas?
off at a turn 1.
I was so excited. I was finally in the top 5, and Claps yell in my ear, and then next thing you know, I killed Chase Leahy and myself. It's, I'm sorry, Doug. I think we did that to you. It's our curse, not yours. Fortunate for Doug Neal, he was having himself a great debut to the ThunderClap Stock Car Invitational. We'll have just about 5 or so to go here on the restart. And it's going to be a doozy, I think. We'll take a quick moment to take a breath and just to take a breath. And maybe, hey, Clap, do you want to do a stretch real quick? Go ahead and get you a stretch in there, pal. Yeah, good job. And we'll play our nice... We'll be right back.
They are wrecking just like that. Oh, a humongous impact. Just like that, we have ourselves some drama on hand.
Things are heating up.
I think Roger got it. I think Roger got the win.
Is in the air. He is Dogecoin to the moon.
And that's the kind of racing you get in ThunderClap. Whew. All right, I feel better. You guys feel better?
I feel fantastic. I got a nice Celsius sparkling watermelon here next to me.
You got your stretch in.
Courteous of colleague racing.
Oh, Collie, what looks like you were getting your GMS stretches in.
Yeah,
well, 4 laps to go, we're giving everybody
sometimes you got to do what you got to do when you come down P1 on pit road. Come on.
All right, and the pace car is getting ready to pull off, and we're going to have ourselves.
But this is the time, boys. Get those arms warmed up. Get you a pump because they're going to go ahead and take a dump on the field. The way these guys have been racing, it is atrocious. But let's go green. I am excited for the finish of this one. 2 newcomers side by side for the lead.
Is Ryan Johnson going to be able to clear the best guy all night long? Not yet. Oh, they're so close.
Oh, so tight. Tyler Truex in the catbird seat, waiting. Patiently waiting.
The 57 moves the 69. David Hall trying to insert himself into these 4. Here's your overhead look as Spencer Taylor all night long has been able to make this outside work like no one.
Wave. Who's going to take it? Tyler Truex, I think, is out of this one unless these.
Ryan Johnson clears a bump.
He makes the contact. But will he get there in time?
Here we go. They're wrecking. They're wrecking. They're all wrecking. I think Spencer Johnson got it.
He gets it. And the fireworks will go off out of turn 2 and also in turn 1. And your winner officially is Spencer Taylor. In the number 36 machine, Tyler Truex in 2nd and Ryan Johnson 3rd. Absolutely incredible.
What a finish!
Holy thunder roll. Look at the bow leg on the 36. He can't keep the thing straight. That thing is hurt. I'm not even sure that thing can do a burnout, but here he comes to give it a whirl anyway. That thing's dog leg like they were at Pocono. Good Lord. There's Ryan Johnson right there. Oh, and he'll do the burnout right in front of him. What a finish. ThunderClap does it again with the exciting finishes. It was worth it all at the end. Well, what we'll do here is we will start getting all of these drivers into the post-race chat. We always like to get our top 3 in to discuss and talk about their finishes. That is happening right now as they talk to race control. Brandon, what the heck, man? We're going to take a look at it, but wow.
I'm very confused. I don't think I even saw a burnout. Did you?
I did see a burnout. It was a quickie, and then he got gone. I think he's got a party to go to or something.
We're waiting on Spencer Taylor, Tyler Truex, and Ryan Johnson to join us for post-race interviews. About to see if we can get them in here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Taking a look back at these last couple of laps now as we bring the drivers in.
Do we have Spencer Taylor in here currently? Not sure. All right, well, we have Ryan Johnson, I believe. Johnson, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Well, my man, you were leading going into turn 3 and fortunately came out of 4 a little bit sideways and crossed the line into 3rd position. Go through that final restart, my man. You kind of had a little bit of a Mr. Where did he come from type of night.
Yeah, that was something. Trying to outlast. I know we got run over a couple times early, but just trying to stay out of trouble the rest of the night as best we could. At the restart, yeah, he chose the high line, and we timed it perfectly the restart before that, but he had a run on us. He was pretty good on the outside, and then that last restart, I don't know. We were able to hook and book on the bottom, but just felt like got dumped going into 3, and not dumped going into 3, but pushed, and we went way up the track, and then I don't know what happened off of 4.
I tell you, it was exciting to see Ryan Johnson. I love that spree. I love that Adam Petty paint scheme you got going on. I know it's all beaten up now, but good Lord, at the end there, when you feel someone hitting you in the rear, coming out of 4, and you know the win is on the line, what's going through your head trying to keep that thing straight and get that win?
Well, we got a left root a little bit, and I turned it just a hair to the right, and then the front got hit, and I turned it back to left. I was like, well, it's up to the other cars now. Hopefully someone pushes us across first.
Well, you did a hell of a job, sir. Congratulations on a very successful ThunderClap Stock Car Invitational debut. We are glad to have you here and look forward to seeing you next week at North Wilkesboro, where you can get some payback on that last lap.
Yeah, it was good racing up until that, though. It was fun racing with Spencer and Tyler there. It was a good race. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Justin, we got our buddy Tyler in here with the P3 finish, huh?
That we do. Tyler Truex, you got a copy? Well, Tyler, it was a bit of a carnage-filled caution fest tonight. Definitely, when they say that's just short track racing, the beating and banging a part of it was definitely a huge factor tonight. But you managed to keep your 69 machine towards the front of the field for majority of the race. Got a little bit shuffled out there, and then you had a bird's eye view of that incident there at the end. Definitely front row seat for that one. Take us through the final restart.
Yeah, all in all, it was fun racing up front with everybody. I mean, it sucks. It's hard with a tight track like that, and that B car is being as free as it is with everyone getting into each other and stuff. So you're gonna have the cautions like we did, but once we got going there, it was fun racing. The restarts were fun with being able to get people on the top or them screw up the top and be able to roll bottom like you Justin do, I think. But all in all, good race. Like I said, or Ryan, I mean, sorry, that bottom. I just seen them guys getting racing, and I just was gonna try and see what I could do. They clogged up the track though, off of four, and I couldn't go nowhere, so all in. But like I said, racing with them too. It was fun all night. Definitely, Steve was the fastest car all day. I mean, he could control the outside or control the bottom. Him and Jake were definitely the better cars, but felt like if I had a restart there, I was able to just kind of stay with him. But if he got out front, it was game over with him. He was pretty quick.
Tyler, we saw earlier in the night, or actually most of the night, you and Spencer were able to stay side by side for so long. I mean, literally, when we would get those 5-lap caution heats, you and him would be side by side for, well, I would have crashed. I'll just say that. When you're on that inside line, because he was so good at using that outside line, how do you keep from touching that apron and just going up and blowing the doors off of the 36 and sending you guys into the grandstand?
It was definitely tough with that car and track combination. You had to be very, very easy on entry to not wash up and hit them. And then same thing. It's really good being able to drive in and get it pointed up off straight and get that huge run off the top. I was trying to roll the bottom and get on the gas and drift up down the straightaways, but it's so hard with rear tires off it and not getting into them. So, like I said, yeah, it was fun. Restarts being able to try and stay with him. Like I said, once he got out front, it was tough to stay with him. I felt like if we got out front, I could kind of keep him behind me a little bit. But like I said, we never really got a green flag run for him to really walk over and get me.
Well, congratulations, sir, on another, a great points day. I mean, you got to think about guys that did not finish this race today that were DNF'd or DQ'd because of incident points or their own wrecking incidents. You are going to have a solid points day after all this. So altogether, you didn't get the W, but you've had a couple of those. So you should find yourself in a good points position after tonight.
Absolutely, especially with our points leader, Roger Diebold, DQing tonight. This should be some pretty huge points implications for definitely for not only our Xfinity standings, but for our overall standings. Should be interesting to see how things shake up after this.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate everything you guys are doing. And it's cool to see more people coming on and coming and joining. I mean, there's definitely some quick guys that we had join this week and weeks before. So good deal you guys got working here. Keep up the good work, like I've been saying. Just I'm having fun.
Thank you, Tyler.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have Spencer Taylor with us in Discord to do any interviews for this evening, but we want to go ahead and congratulate Spencer Taylor in that number 36 machine. Another driver who joins and wins in his first race. We had it last week with Jake Waltman, and now this week with Spencer Taylor. Pretty incredible watching these short tracks being won by guys that have never raced with us before.
Well, we said it and send it or forget it. Would a first-time winner go ahead and get the W? And we were right once again. I mean, when you have this much talent coming in here new, it's got to make all the full season runners at this point nervous. Like, no one can feel safe anymore. Christ, we had the points leader DNF. When you have that, you know that we have ourselves a mid-season shakeup here in the ThunderClap Stock Car Invitational. And once we get back to these 1.5 miles, it's going to be interesting to see because, a lot of people can short track slam, but can they get around those high banks and those 1.5 miles? I'm excited to see what all these newcomers can do. It's kind of old versus the new here in the season. I can't wait to see it.
Absolutely. And a lot of crazy things to come for the ThunderClap Stock Car Invitational. We had a very successful stream tonight across the 3 major platforms of Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. We want to thank Justin White for getting us all hooked up with that. And once again, incredible admin work for the league and everything he does behind the scenes. Bo as well. A wonderful job in the broadcast. Beautiful graphics as always. And, man, I couldn't be more proud and happy of what we got going on with this league and its admins. And a shout out to Kyle Newkirk and Roger Diebold as well for a lot of the work they do behind the scenes. It does not go unnoticed. So thank you to you guys, and to our sponsors. We thank you for hopping on board as always and being a part of this league, from Das Beer Hall to TLC Incorporated, Cubius Tackle, and many, many more. Team JCR, we're looking forward to having you back with us when we get back to the intermediates. But we got one more short track on this 3-week stint at North Wilkesboro next week. That's right. We're taking it a little bit old school at North Wilkesboro Speedway next week, same time, but we're in the Cup cars, ladies and gentlemen. Catch us live at 8 o'clock, Lightning Before the Thunder pre-race show. We will bring you all the action with the Cup cars, with all these newcomers, many, many stories. And then we go back to intermediate racing.
I'm excited for all of it. I can't wait to get after it. Thank you, everybody, for coming aboard the 5 Flags, 5 Sponsors 275. We look forward to bringing in and increasing the ThunderClap Nation over the next couple weeks. Can't wait as the playoff push is officially on. We'll see you all next week at 8 p.m. for the ThunderClap Stock Car Invitational at North Wilkesboro. Thank you all for jumping aboard, and we'll see you all soon. And let the thunder roll.
They are wrecking just like that. Oh, a humongous impact. Just like that, we have ourselves some drama on hand.
Things are heating up.
Got forward for the lead.
I think Roger got it. I think Roger got the win.
Is in the air. He is Dogecoin to the moon.
And that's the kind of racing you get in ThunderClap.